physical medicine and rehabilitation, and podiatry into a single comprehensive office. These key specialties work together to deliver coordinated, patient-centered care. By streamlining services, we aim to enhance communication among providers, improve continuity of care, and offer an elevated experience for our patients. SOMC Orthopedic Associates, comprehensive care for a body in motion. Call 740-356-1709 to schedule an appointment. Well, Matt, we are back at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott, and it's always great coming out here. A beautiful facility that was remodeled a few years back. This is our second time that we've been out here together this season. Both these teams have been playing pretty well as of late. Northwest picked up a big win over Vinton County last week, and West, meanwhile, went to Lucasville and knocked off the Valley Indians in very convincing fashion. Looking forward to tonight's game.
Me too. I think this is going to be an interesting ball game tonight. Both teams are at that fork in the road where the winner of this game really sets themselves up to be in prime position for ultimately that second, third spot, regardless of the SOC, with eyes of hopefully knocking off Wheelersburg. Unfortunately, Northwest lost that opportunity, but they've faltered a couple times here lately. Northwest has, but I have a feeling this is perfect weather for them to get a comeback game. The school, they're both literally on the other side of the river, and they're right next to each other. Both districts bump up against each other. This is kind of like that backyard brawl they always talk about. And tell you what, Northwest got some big boys. We're usually been on the other side of the equation. West usually has a very large offensive line, defensive line. But I tell you what, Northwest hasn't beat this year. So this will be an interesting interesting game tonight between two big SOC rivals.
The Northwest Mohawks enter tonight's game with a record of 4-3. The Mohawks were winners at Vinton County last week, 43-22. And behind that big offensive line that you alluded to, Matt, are some really solid running backs. Jake Brown, Ethan Ferguson, those two pop off the page. Those two cats run really, really hard.
Yes, they do, and that's one of the big things is they run behind that big offensive line, but when they do get going downhill, they are straight north-south, and they are getting after it. That's one thing I really enjoy watching about these big backs in Northwest. They don't do a whole lot of stuff that's fancy. They don't really need to. If what's working is working for them, and that's what's found in the bread and butter here in Northwest.
You saw the West Senators in person last week in their 44-20 win at Valley. What impressed you the most about the Senators?
Well, what impressed me more than anything is they have a really good balance. They can be a really good balanced team. I think in the beginning of the year, they had their good balance first game. Second game, they kind of went to their run heavy. They've kind of realized now they can run the ball, but that also sets up some great play action plays. I think that's been the big thing is the offense for West has really come alive. Defense is still kind of has some question marks in my opinion. They do give up some big plays here and there. They do have some missed coverages, some things like that. But the offense right now is really humming. And what I love watching their offense is basically they have a lot of different weapons. I'm starting to see Weston Ratcliffe. That kid is something special for a freshman. He got a couple carries last week that really just jumped off the page to me. And I only see him getting – each game I watch him play, he gets better and better and better. You add that as a compliment to who already is back there with Anthony Bishop, sky's the limit.
Absolutely. And, boy, what a breakout game by Braden Atkins last week. He ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, and that really set the tone. Caught a couple touchdowns, had a couple interceptions. Big night. He
was basically Mr. Do-It-All for him. He had two receiving touchdowns, kickoff return for a touchdown, and he had 2 interceptions as well. So he was basically the primetime player last week, and, man, he was everywhere. What's amazing is talking with some coaches before they say during practice, like, he kind of misses some catches, things like that. But guess what? When the lights shine brightest, that kid don't miss. He has glue on his hands, and he basically rises to the occasion. That's something really special you don't get to see a lot of. Usually when you see the lights, they kind of cower down. Braden raises his to a new level. So that's an exciting thing for West and what they have offensively.
And he's got a pretty solid quarterback throwing him the ball, too, in senior Brody Hall, who has really stepped up his game this season.
Really has, and he's just basically there for a while. He was always referred to as the game manager and kind of just, manage the game, don't do anything special. I'll tell you what, kid has made some great decisions. Sees the field really well, gets to his second and third read, and just really good job delivering the ball right where it needs to be, and that's been impressive. I think he reminds me of how people talk about Julian Satan's accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Brody Hall has that accuracy. Like, he's very accurate for a high school quarterback.
Yeah.
and he's not going to make bad decisions. That's the biggest thing I've seen with him. If he has an interception, it's one of those like the tip ball or something just kind of out of the ordinary. More than anything, he'll either throw it out of bounds or he'll live to play another day. He very good at protecting the football.
Both these teams enter tonight with overall marks of 4 wins and 3 losses. The Senators are 2-0 in Southern Ohio Conference D2 play, while the Mohawks are 1-2. We're going to step away for 60 seconds. When we return, we'll get the keys to success for both of these teams. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Mix 99.3.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Reuter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance. Don't spend thousands of dollars on marketing that doesn't work. Appalachian Marketing Media can grow your business with targeted marketing strategies, tactics, and resources that actually do work, so you can get more clients and have peace of mind. Appalachian Marketing Media offers do-it-yourself packages where clients get a step-by-step social media plan with a one-time fee starting at $150, which includes customized social media graphics. And Appalachian Marketing Media offers social media management starting at $515 per month. Contact Appalachian Marketing Media on Facebook and learn more on their website.
Tonight, the Northwest Mohawks will host the West Senators. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show coming to you live from Roy Rogers Field in McDermott. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. It's an absolutely gorgeous evening for high school football. Our game time temperature is presented by Coles Auto Sales at 16127 US 52 in West Portsmouth. While many car lots are struggling to stock their lots with quality used cars, Coles is blessed to have a great selection and offers financing. Bad credit, no credit? No problem. All you need is proof of income and a down payment. If you're looking for a sharp used vehicle, give Coles a call at 740-357-6009. It's presently 66 degrees. Look for it to drop a couple more degrees before kickoff at 7 o'clock and be 64 when we get this thing started. As the night wears on, we will be in the upper 50s by the time 9 p.m. rolls around. Finally, we have that crispness in the air that we think of when the fall season rolls around in high school football.
That cold air hit me this morning different. I walked out in my T-shirt and I'm like, well, I did play ice hockey, so I'm okay with the cold. Man, it definitely was a little shock to the system this morning, but it made me feel like, fall's finally getting here.
If you're heading out to the stadiums tonight to watch your respective teams play, you might want to take you a light jacket just to be on the safe side, or at least rock a hoodie. It's now time to take a look at the Counseling Center's keys to success. For 45 years, the Counseling Center has established itself as the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse disorder treatment to mental health counseling, primary care, youth therapy, vocational development, and even job placement services. The Counseling Center employs over 600 people, caring employees who believe that every human deserves help. We all know someone. The people at the Counseling Center want to help them, and since 1980, that's exactly what they've been doing. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org or call 740-354-6685. Matt, let's begin with the visiting West Senators. What must they do to get the dub here tonight?
I think West needs to have a good balance tonight. I think that they can come out running the ball like they've been doing well. They're going to have to get themselves in some good plus situations where it's like 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4. Stuff anything lower than that. I think getting good first down yardage is going to be key for them. I think getting a nice balance with that passing attack and kind of keeping the defense rested off the field, because that's what one thing Northwest likes to do. They love to milk the clock, and they will wear on you. And if they can kind of do a little bit of wearing themselves on Northwest, be interested to see how that kind of shoe fits on the other side.
The Senators have won 3 straight, looking to make it 4 in a row this evening. Let's go to the other side. Coach Bill Crabtree's Northwest Mohawks. What do they need to do to get a win here on senior night?
I think Northwest needs to just stick to what they've been doing. They have really good bread and butter. They have a great offensive line, great defensive line. They just need to win the battle up front. They cannot play behind the sticks. That's going to be a key thing tonight. We kind of talked about that on the way out here. Northwest cannot get behind the sticks and get penalties and get forced in like 1st and 15 or 2nd and 9 or 2nd and 11. Everything has to be a positive in those first play from scrimmage for those 4 downs. They have to basically be good on first down. If they can do that, they can keep the clock rolling, slowly grind away, and get their points when they need them. And I think that's going to be a big key.
Couldn't agree with you more, Matt. Thank you so much for the Counseling Center's keys to success. Let's take a 60-second TO, and when we return, we'll hear from the head coach of the West Senators, Todd Gilland. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Mix 99.3.
Ryan Brown from My Own Bible, and Bible Days coming up October 19 and 20. Think of the power of our smartphone in our hand to take a Bible app, text, email, post to social media, the Word of God, and how many lives could be changed. All it takes is just a few people to take a little bit of time, and we can bring the gospel to the world. Join us October 19 and 20 and help us share the Word of God with My Own Bible.
Monroe's Frame and Collision and now Wheel Alignment knows that good luck on the field can sometimes turn into bad luck in the parking lot. Well, if that happens to you, just know that Monroe's Frame and Collision is there from big bangs to little dings and have been doing it for 30 years. Monroe's commitment to you, the customer, is evident when you speak with any one of the Monroe's technicians or staff. Monroe's makes you feel as comfortable as possible and are always readily available and happy to answer any of all questions and your inquiries. Monroe's Frame Collision and now Wheel Alignment.
Tonight, the West Senators will take on the Northwest Mohawks. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton and Name Show. We are at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott for tonight's SOC Division II contest between these two rivals. I'm being joined now by the head coach of the West Senators, Todd Gilland. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Doing great. Coach, it really appears as if your Senators have started moving in a got that big win over the Valley Indians on the road last week. Just how has this past week been for your ball club? And do you see the momentum and the confidence starting to build?
Well, definitely. You know, we knew coming into the season we had a really tough, preseason or non-league schedule, and we faced a lot of really tough opponents. But each week we've got better. And once we've got into league play, you can definitely see, a lot of the improvements of let's say the light bulbs kicked on, for some of our guys, and they've, really executing really well, especially up front, our lines, playing really well right now. And we're excited to see, how we continue the rest of and as far as like this week, there was a nice upbeat tempo to practice this week. You could tell the guys have a little confidence about themselves, but they also understand at the same time that, last week was over and we've got to focus on what we can do this week. And so you can tell there's a calm confidence, I would say, about our kids right now that, that how we're playing and we're happy and excited to see that.
You mentioned how your offensive line has continually improved throughout the season. Your skill guys have stepped up at various different times throughout the year, and as a whole, that group seems to be improving as well. Braden Adkins really had a breakout game in that win in Lucasville last week. Talk to me about him.
Played really well last week. He's played well all year. With the catches that he had last week and the 2 interceptions and all the different things. He's just been a good solid ball player for us all season long, and a lot of that could be attributed to the teamwork that we have between him and Brody Hall at quarterback, and like you said, the offensive line blocking things. But Braden has done a nice job this year running routes, catching the ball, getting and then taking the ball all the way to the end zone, about every time he touches it. He's been very explosive for us. And so, he's just done a great job. And I'm glad to see his success this year. He worked so hard in the off season to get prepared for this season. And I'm glad to see that, his hard work is paying off.
And boy, Anthony Bishop continues to be a workhorse for your ball club as well.
Yeah, Anthony's doing exactly what he's done the past 2 years for us. He's right on pace to, be over 1,000 yards again, this season. And that's something, because his carries are down a little bit because we have thrown the ball more. But yards wise, he's right on pace for where he's been the past few years. And, he's getting those tough yards for us at times too, when we need, those 1 and 2 yard runs that maybe don't show up in the stat book as much. But, executing on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 or something like that. So he's done a really nice job. And I'd say as much as anything, I'm happy with Anthony is, his pass protection has improved this year so much. And that's also helped our throwing game, from the backfield, having that extra blocker.
Coach Gilland, let's go over to the other side of the football. Tonight, your West Senators will go up against a run-heavy Northwest ball club. They've opened up the offense a little bit more this year as compared to years past. They will throw from time to time, but their bread and butter is still getting their hard running backs behind those big O offensive linemen. How do you plan to combat that tonight?
They are much more diverse than they ever have been since I've been the head coach at West playing them. They do get out on the edges a little bit more with jet sweeps and quarterback runs, and then rolling the quarterback out and giving him the option to, either run or throw, and so that puts a lot more stress on the defense. And so, the biggest key tonight is just playing fundamental football. Everyone has to, understand their rules, understand assignments, make sure that we're lined up correctly. And then probably the number one key on the defensive side of the ball is going to be, once we get there, we got to tackle. We can't miss tackles because they are big, they're strong, and Northwest is a physical team. And when you give them the yards, they're going to make you pay. And so, they're the type of team that will go for it on fourth down, on about anywhere on the field and try to extend drives. And so we have to try to force them to get into, third and long situations, and that way force them to try to have to throw the ball a little bit more in situations that are, throwing downs. And so, that's going to be a big key to tonight.
Coach G, it's always a pleasure. Best of luck to you and your West Senators tonight as you get set to face off against the Northwest Mohawks. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you very much. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Appreciate you. That's Coach Todd Gilland of the West Senators, and this is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Mix 99.3.
Why is Southern Ohio Medical Center Urology Associates the perfect choice for you? It starts with the expert care of board-certified urologist Dr. Stephen Willems, followed by a variety of procedures offered right in the office, which means no hospital stay and a quicker recovery. Along with general urology care, SOMC Urology Associates also offers the latest in advanced treatments for enlarged prostate, including UroLift and aquablation, board-certified expertise in the latest procedures in prostate care. SOMC Urology Associates is the perfect choice. Call us at 740-3564-URO today.
Gamp's Power Equipment, Route 140 in Slocum is your hometown team for the most feared lineup when it comes to mowing down the competition. Names like John Deere, Toro, Honda, Steel, and Western. You're guaranteed a winning record every time you take the field in pursuit of that perfect cut. Gamp's opens the doors Monday to Saturday at 7:30 and features pickup and delivery as they always service what they sell. To find out more, go to Gamps.com and discover what true customer service is all about at Gamp's Power Equipment, soon celebrating 100 years as a Hall of Fame family.
Tonight, the Northwest Mohawks will entertain the West Senators in a Southern Ohio Conference Division II bout. I'm Chuck Greenslate, along with Matt Payton, and this is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. We are at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott tonight, where the Mohawks and the Senators are getting set to do battle. And with us now is the head coach of Northwest, Bill Crabtree. Coach Crabtree, how are you doing?
We're doing great. Looking forward to a big night.
Fantastic. What a big win over Vinton County for your Mohawks last week. You prevailed 43-22. That win puts you above 500, 4-3 entering tonight's contest. I would think that victory last Friday went a long, long ways as far as confidence is concerned for your Mohawks.
Yeah, it was great to get back on track. We had a setback there the week before against Valley. But last week we came out pretty much firing on all cylinders, had a big win, big team win. Like I said, a lot of guys got involved and just a really fun night. It's a lot better when things are going that way, So hopefully we can keep the momentum going and roll into this one and find a one from the west side. Haven't beat them in a long, long time, and really looking forward to a great opportunity this year to do so.
This can be said for basically every Scioto County rival, every SOC rival for that matter. But the rivalry between West and Northwest, it seems to be really, really good because there's a lot of close connections between the families from those two school districts. I mean, there's kids that are family members. They go to church together, they go to camp together, friends for a long, long time. I mean, this one seems a little extra special.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, they're in our backyard here. Like you said, we share a lot of the same names year in, year out. Seems like a lot of times kids will transfer back and forth between the two schools and whatnot. But like I said, they're right in our backyard. We're familiar faces for sure. Unfortunately, they usually get the upper hand in it, but this year's team, we've got a little chip on our shoulder, got some things we're trying to prove. So, we're trying to get, now that everyone's back and rolling, I think we're in a pretty good spot moving forward for the rest of the season. Hopefully we can stay healthy and just keep doing what we do and getting better each week. And hopefully, at the end of the season, things shake out in our favor and we find a way to sneak into playoffs there with that last spot.
Your offensive line has been phenomenal basically all season long. Talk to me about that unit, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, across the board, we've got experience. We've got, every week I watch the broadcast afterwards, and no matter who we're playing, where we're playing, they always talk about the size of our line. And we've got a great group of young men there. Just across the board, they're big, strong, fast. They're all athletes. Which is, we don't usually see that out here. Just such an athletic group of kids. Every one of them could play anywhere on the field, just about as far as their athleticism goes. And then, they take pride in being on the line and doing the dirty work for us. A lot of those guys have some college dreams and aspirations, and the ability is definitely there. Hopefully we can catch a break with a couple of them and get them in to the next level. But like I said, the size and athleticism, it's hard to beat our line. Just across the front, you got Dominic Stone, one of our smaller linemen. On a normal year, he's one of our big linemen. He's I don't know, 5'10", 250-ish, moves well. Then you got Carter Lute, about 6 foot, 260. Then Thatcher's 6'3", 6'4", 300 pounds, moves. He's an athlete, multi-sport athlete. And then it just gets bigger and just as athletic as we go down the line. Jackson Powell, another 6'5", close to 300, moves really well in space and absolutely dominates someone every play. I mean, Jackson has became a true leader on our line. Every play he's punishing someone from the other team. And then we round out the line there with Aiden Armbrister on our starting squad. Aiden 6'3", 330, runs a 4.7 40, benches 350, he's a freak athlete. School record holder in discus, and he'll probably get the shot put record this year. Puts up 20 points a game in basketball. Just a freak athlete for him to be that size and move the way he does. And then Caden Kazee is another one. He starts sometimes. Sometimes we go back and forth with our starters there. Caden's another 6 foot, 250 kind of guy that moves real well and plays physical, both sides of the ball. So, our line is huge, athletic, and great kids. They work well together. Like I said, Thatcher's up front calling stuff. Jackie's making adjustments, and, the rest of the guys are just pulling their weight and doing their job. And like I said, when we're all there and everyone's on the same page, we're a pretty good football team. And right now we're rolling in healthy for the first time. Got it, all bodies are available for the first time all year. So it's exciting where we're at and where we're heading the rest of the season here.
Wow. Special group there as far as that offensive line is concerned, Coach. And many of those same guys are on your defensive front as well, and they do as equally of a good a job over there. You've also got some really nice skill players, and you've got a few that run exceptionally hard. I really enjoyed watching your kids in person a few weeks ago when I saw you get that win over Minford. But your quarterback, Jake Brown, Ethan Ferguson, Carson Christian, again, there's multiple skill guys that are very, very talented, but that trio in particular, wow, are they a load to bring down?
Yeah, it's a nice crew to have for sure. Jake, he's staring down 1,000 yards rushing on the season, staring down 1,000 yards passing. We've never had a guy with those type of numbers. Jake's the only 1,000-yard passer we've had in school history. He hit that his sophomore year. So we're excited to have him. Fergie runs like a truck. He'll run through people. Run around people, whatever we need him to do. He'll battle for extra yards, that kind of thing. And Carson Christian, anytime you get him the ball in space, there's a chance he's going to score. He's got 12 touchdowns in the season. Just very explosive player, hard to bring down in open field for sure. And then we got good receivers on the edges too, with Orion and Smitty making plays. Nate Fry's made a lot of big catches for us this year. It's just we're one of the more complete teams we've had here at Northwest for sure. We're able to throw. We're able to run. Our defense gets better every week, it seems like. It seems like we're peaking at the right time. Obviously, we're kicking ourselves in the hind end over a couple losses this season that we feel like we probably should have got. There's nothing we can do to change that now. The kids are motivated and trying their best to finish strong, coaches are doing the same. You know, we're adding wrinkles each week to try to offset what the other team's doing and stuff like that. And just like I said, just constant improvement is what we're striving for. And so far we've had it for the most part, week in, week out, all season long, we've gotten better. So it's really exciting. You know, we haven't beat the West Side since 1999. So, you know, since I've been the head coach here, we've kind of chipped away at some of these teams that have handed us big losses year in, year out. We're crossing them off as we go, and hopefully we can cross another one off tonight.
Coach, always a pleasure speaking with you. Best of luck to you and your Mohawks tonight as you prepare to host the West Senators.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate you, Coach. That is Coach Bill Crabtree of Northwest, and this is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Mix 99.3. Nathaniel Long is a junior in esports at Valley High School who is in the cybersecurity program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Nathaniel, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC in your program?
It's pretty cool. It's interesting. I would never expect the future to go the way as it is right now.
And what are your plans for after high school?
Do like cybersecurity stuff.
The Scioto County CTC, a proven past for building a better future.
Scioto County Career Technical Center.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner family of dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies.
The Northwest Mohawks are getting set to play host to the West Senators. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. Let's meet tonight's Valerie Ford starting lineups. Valerie Ford can be found on US 23 in Waverly. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford in Waverly. Shop online for your next new vehicle or pre-owned vehicle by logging on to ValerieFord.com. Here are the West starters. Brody Hall, the senior QB, will be behind center tonight. The fullback is Bo Roden. Anthony Bishop is the running back. He's near 1,000 yards rushing on the season. One wide out is Gunnar Schockweiler. The other is his cousin Braden Atkins, who had the big game against Valley last weekend. Corbin Miller also plays wide receiver. We've talked about how big Northwest's offensive line is. West is not small. At left tackle is Leif Potters. He's 6'2", 240 pounds and a junior. The left guard is Carson Carver, a 6', 270-pound senior. Eli Myers is the center. He's a 5'11", 218-pound senior. Braylon Newman plays at right guard. He's a 5'11", 293-pound senior. And at right tackle is 6'1", 285-pound junior Ben Sparks. Others that will see significant time, according to Coach Todd Gilland, include Weston Ratcliffe, Micah Barnes, Zane Evans, Austin Ramsey, Christian Carrasco, Max Newsom, Tilton Rapp, and Zane Pitts, all at their respective positions. Defensively, on the line for the Senators will be Austin Ramsey, Ryder McCormick, and Zane Pitts. The linebackers are Zane Evans, Christian Carrasco, Tilton Rapp, and Bo Roten. In the secondary is Braden Atkins, Gunnar Schockweiler, Keegan Salem, and Weston Ratcliffe. Other Senators who will see time defensively are expected to be Keegan Salem, Micah Barnes, Mason Bodmer, Eli Myers, Braylon Newman, Leif Potters, and Carson Carver. The long snappers are Zane Evans and Corbin Miller. Brody Hall is the holder. The punter is Christian Carrasco. He handles kickoffs as well. And Eli Blevins tends to the extra points. Starting tonight for the Northwest Mohawks, let's begin with that big offensive line. Thatcher Webb is the center. He's a 6'4", 300-pound senior. At left guard is Carter Lute, a 5'11", 260-pound senior. At right guard is Jackson Powell, a 6'4", 280-pound senior. At left tackle is Dominic Stone, a 5'10", 230-pound senior. And at right tackle is Aiden Armbrister, a 6'3", 280-pound junior. They will try and clear the way for quarterback Jake Brown, halfback Ethan Ferguson, wingbacks and slots, Carson Christian and Austin Smith, depending on the formation, will depend upon their position. Nate Fry is one wide out. No, Ryan Ellis is the other. They are very good targets as well. Defensively, on the line for the Mohawks will be Aiden Armbrister, Caden Kazee, Carter Lute, and Jackson Powell. The linebackers are Ethan Ferguson, Landon Hodge. And in the secondary is Carson Christian, Jake Brown, Nate Fry, and Austin Smith. So those are your Mohawk starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Those starters are presented by Valerie Ford once again. Valerie Ford is on US 23 right on the main drag there in Waverly. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford. Shop online at ValerieFord.com. Now let's meet the third team on the field tonight. This evening's officials are presented in honor of the late Matt Oren and are sponsored by Mr. Reuter Plumbing, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, and Little's Excavating, all of which can be found in Wheelersburg. Mr. Reuter Plumbing prides itself on customer care. Little's Septic Service has been serving the region since 1964 and always strives to stay out of your yard and, if possible, off of your driveway. Restaurant owners know that Little's Grease Trap Removal can get in and out quickly with minimal impact on your business. And Little's Excavating is the only area excavator licensed in aeration design. Donning the stripes and tooting the whistles tonight will be Dave Welch. He's the referee. The umpire is Nick Clark. Brandon Harbolt is the line judge. The head linesman is Keith Jackson. Bill Lee is the back judge, and the center judge is Randy Kelly. And those are your officials. You have been listening to the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show, and we are ready for the opening kickoff. It's going to be the Northwest Mohawks booting the ball away to the West Senators. Here is the approach, and we are going to have whistles sounding before the kicker advances to the football. He's telling the Northwest kickoff team to scoot back a little bit.
Yeah, Weston Lang is set up to kick off, and they ran somebody over late, and I don't think they can do a sub after they've already been set.
Interesting.
Kickoff.
So 2 Mohawks are going to exit the field, and 1 came on, and now here comes another. So that's very, very peculiar to have 11 guys out there for the opening kickoff, and then at the last moment, 2 switch out, and the officials say, no, you can't do that. So the original 11 are back out on the field, and we'll try it again. It's an onside kick, and it's not going to go 10. This is going to be West football. It is picked up by Northwest Chandler Wyrick, but shy of the 50-yard line. He downs it at the 47 of the Mohawks, and that's where the West Senators will set up shop, 1st and 10. A little trickeration there that did not work. That ball went to about the 48 and then actually spun backwards a yard. So great starting field position for Coach Todd Gilliland's West Senators. That opening kickoff, by the way, was presented by Harris Floor Covering at 610 9th Street in Portsmouth, as well as Harris Outdoors at 616 9th Street in Portsmouth. Harris Floor Covering is the area's leading floor covering contractor that has everything for all of your floor covering needs. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 and visit Harris Outdoors for firearms and hunting equipment. The ball is snapped, and it actually bounced off the motioning right wing. It is fallen upon by West quarterback Brody Hall, but what an odd start to this game. Motioning, actually shifting from the right side of the formation to the left, was Christian Carrasco. He was just gliding down the line, sliding side to side. He hadn't even turned his shoulders around. They were still parallel with the line of scrimmage. The ball was then snapped. It ricocheted off of his hip, and Hall, the quarterback, had the wherewithal, Matt, to fall upon it, but not before his team winds up losing 4 yards on this first play.
That definitely was and everybody kind of stood around looking like, what? I'm like, it's a live ball. Somebody got on it.
Well, now it's 2nd down and 14. Hall's going to throw a little pump fake going deep down the near sideline, and that pass is dropped right in the hands of Micah Barnes, and he could not bring it in, and boy, he is beating himself up over that. He would love to have that back. So let's recap the first 34 seconds of this game. We had a weird situation where Northwest went to kick off, but they subbed right before doing so, and the official said, nope, can't do that. So they blew the whistles just before the kicker's toe met the leather. They got the original 11 back on the field for the opening kickoff. Then it was a failed onside kick because it didn't go 10 yards. The first play from scrimmage for West, the snap bounces off a motioning right wing, Christian Carrasco, and is fallen upon by the Senator quarterback, and now a drop pass that would have gone for 6.
And this is like,
what's next?
This feels like I'm in week 1, but guys, we're in week 7 or 8.
Where's the reset button? I think we all need a reset here.
I mean, maybe look at the sunset. Sunset looks beautiful.
It's very scenic here at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott.
Bob Ross would be so happy right now.
Oh, happy little squirrels everywhere. 3rd down and 14, play action. Hall's going to throw again over the middle on the slant. Incomplete. Good coverage there by Northwest. Hall tried to thread that needle, but was unsuccessful in doing so. He was looking for Gunnar Schonkweiler, but he had a Mohawk DB on each side of him. So now it is 4th down and 14, and West apparently is going to squander away this excellent starting field position that the Senators had after the opening kickoff was an onside that went awry. This drive started at the 47-yard line for the Senators going in, and they wound up losing 4 yards on that botch deal with the very first play, and then back-to-back incompletions. Christian Carrasco will come on to punt. Northwest brought pressure and nearly got there, but Carrasco is going to get off a good boot, and it's going to roll inside the 10, and West will down it there, deep in Northwest territory. Spotted at the 7, it looks like. So a great punt, which covered 44 yards, and it is going to be first down for the Northwest offense, which will have its first snap of the night literally within the shadows of its own goalpost. 11:09 left. Game just underway here in McDermott between the Northwest Mohawks and the West Senators. Two teams that are 4-3 entering the night. Northwest 1-2 in Southern Ohio Conference D2 play, while the Senators, winners of 3 straight, are 2-0 within the league. Northwest is going to go 4 wide, 2 receivers each way, shotgun formation, play action. Jake Brown fakes a handoff to Ferguson. Now Brown pulls it down, takes off, has some room up the middle, dodges a couple of tacklers, and will have the first down as he propels himself across the 15-yard line all the way out to the 20. A baker's dozen on the first play of the game for Northwest to pick up a 13. And with that, the Mohawks move the chains.
Chuck, you can ask, what can Brown do for you? And Brown can get you a first down on that one.
He sure can.
He took off. And great coverage downfield, and great job by Brown realizing, hey, I don't have anything, so I'm just going to take off and run with this thing.
Well, just like the folks who are known for those big brown trucks, they can go by land or by air. They've got airplanes, too, and Jake Brown can certainly throw the ball, but on this first play of the game, he showcases his legs. 4 wide once again on 1st and 10. The give goes up the middle to the left halfback, and he'll churn out a couple yards, advancing the ball out to the 22-yard line, almost to 23, gain of 2 on the play, and that looks to be Ferguson, the ball carrier.
And that's the big thing. And they just get chunk after chunk after chunk. And that was a nice little hefty chunk on that one.
We had a penalty evidently at the tail end of that game, Matt, that's going to move the ball 5 yards further downfield. Didn't even see the flag, but tack on 5 yards to the end of this run. Deductive reasoning, that would have had to have been an incidental face mask. So it will be 2nd down and 3 as the line of scrimmage now goes out to the 27-yard line of the Senators.
So nice little start for the Mohawks.
Yeah, after that failed attempt at an onside kick to begin the game, everything has gone the Mohawks' way. Here's a little push pass to the motioning Carson Christian, and he is going to be gang tackled shy of the 30-yard line. He'll reach the 29, and the chain gang is moving, but they should not be, Matt. That's not a first down, is it? They had to get to the 30. He got to the 29. The chain started to move. They are totally incorrect over on the far side of the field. It should be 3rd and 1. What is going on with the chains over there?
I think the referees just noticed that.
The referees are going to call a timeout and talk things over.
Yeah, I was just going to say
that was peculiar. It was almost like the chain gang was trying to move, and then they just stopped. Not even where the ball was at or where they were supposed to be, but the chains should be stretched from the 20 to the 30 when it's a nice even number that ends in a 0. Even I can retain that.
That's Chuck math.
That's Chuck math. Everything ends in a 0 or a 5 when Chuck's involved in math. No fractions, nothing at all to the right of the decimal point.
2s aren't too bad. When you get into 3s, 5s, 7s, those odds.
It's the fractions. That's rough. But it's 2nd down and 1, and now the chains are back where they should be.
It's technically, is it 2nd and 1 or is it 3rd and 1?
Should be 3rd and 1. Should be 3rd and 1, but they got 2nd and 1. It doesn't matter because Jake Brown's going to get a 1st and 10 as he lunges behind his left guard and tackle, stretching out to the 32-yard line. Gain of 3 on that play.
As The Rock once said, it doesn't matter.
It does not matter nary a bit. So the chains will move to the 32-yard line. Matt, that means they have to get to the 42-yard line to move the sticks. That should be obvious, but let's not take anything for granted tonight. Coming up on 9 minutes to play here in this opening quarter at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott. I've been entertained here in the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds, to say the least.
Can't say, are you not entertained?
Ball on the left hash, 4 wide, play action. Brown's going downfield looking for Carver, and he's got him. It is caught. Off to the races, down the near sideline, inside the 5. Touchdown Mohawks. 68 yards, and Northwest strikes first to move ahead 6-0. What a beautiful play action pass, Jake Brown to Carson Christian. The 6'2", 185-pound sophomore makes the house call.
Chuck, that kick can play.
Sure can. We saw that a few weeks back when we were here to watch Northwest defeat Medford. We thought to ourselves at that point, man, this kid is a player. Mark Williams actually told us that after he was out here on a Thursday night in week number 1 watching Northwest come up short against the Piketon Red Streaks. He said, hey, that kid can play, and boy, he can. Here's the extra point. It is no good. It was Wesson Lang, who tried that PAT. Unsuccessful there, but the score stands 6-0. Northwest is on the board with 8:52 left in the opening period. This is high school football on Mix 99.3. We're back in 60.
At AJ's Auto Sales, Route 52 West is a big supporter of the West Senators and the youth of our area. And at AJ's, you'll find a big selection of clean, like-new used cars, trucks, and SUVs. At AJ's, you'll buy there and pay there because they finance what they sell. Call Arky today. Let him put you behind the wheel of a great-looking vehicle at a great price. That's AJ's Auto Sales, Route 52 West, or go online at ajsautosales.llc.com and see the great selection.
Combine over 75 years of experience and over a quarter of a century's reputation for expert transmission repair and specialized attention for your transmission. You're talking Suburban Transmission. At Suburban Transmission, you can go with confidence in taking your transmission troubles to them for professional service. Suburban Transmission guarantees all of their rebuilt transmission work, putting you back on the road safe and satisfied. Suburban Transmission of Sciotaville. Phone 776-2331. Their reputation in your vehicle rides on every job they do.
Back to play at Roy Rogers Field. The ensuing kickoff by Wesson Lang is picked up on the bounce by Weston Ratcliffe. He picked up the ball along the near sideline and went all the way across the field, taking the ball across midfield and into Mohawk territory. But there appears to be a penalty marker on the play, and this one is seemingly coming back, at least a big chunk of it.
Well, there were some extracurricular activities that went on.
Well, let's see, Matt. Maybe there was
I think
not.
they're going to give offsetting, I believe.
Now here comes the signal.
Personal foul.
Personal foul on West. And now the head official looks over to one of his cohorts, and he's going to make another signal. Personal foul again on West. Is that the same call twice or two penalties?
I think same call.
I don't know. He signaled it and then had a delay of about 15 seconds and signaled it again. So I don't know if he was just reiterating that there was a personal foul on the Senators or if there were two. It looks like evidently just one. The ball is going to be spotted at the 45-yard line of the Senators when it's all said and done with. So it is a 15-yard penalty because it was going to be at the 40-yard line of Northwest after that nice return by Weston Ratcliffe of the Wesson Lang squib kick. Here's a give up the middle. It's Bishop, and Bishop will take the ball to the 50. Gain of 5 on the play, bringing up second down and 5. There has been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob & Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Let's check the scoring recap. A service of Nancy Hawk, the Real Estate Gallery, with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, call 574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com. Matt?
That scoring drive by the Mohawks was a 5-play, 93-yard drive, capped off by a touchdown pass from Jake Brown and Carson Christian from 68 yards out. Extra point was no good, 6-0.
Here's Hall on the run. Pass incomplete, intended for Braden Atkins. That was a 5-wide formation for the Senators with 2 receivers to the right and trips to the left, which was the short side of the field. Hall got flushed out of the pocket due to some really nice pressure by big Thatcher Webb, the 6'4", 300-pound senior defensive lineman who burst up through the middle. And the throw by Hall could not be corralled by Atkins, and it is 3rd down and 5 after the incompletion. 7:58 left to play in this first period. As Matt just alluded to, Northwest is up by a touchdown. 6-0 is the score. Hall's going to throw. Overthrown, incomplete. The intended recipient, Zane Evans, and that pass sails above his head, and now it is going to be 4th down for the Senators, and it looks like for the second time in as many possessions in this contest, West is going 3 and out.
They are really battling right now on a lot of just, seems like just simple things. Like they've had open throws just barely off. Had a missed drop touchdown pass earlier.
Brody Hall 0 for 4 through the air, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, 0 for 4.
In punt formation is Christian Carrasco. His last one pinned Northwest inside its own 10. Another beautiful punt, angling toward the far sideline, hits around the 17 and goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So Christian Carrasco, the Senator punter, certainly taking care of his business tonight. Another gorgeous punt by the 6'1", 185-pound senior.
40-yard punt.
So with 7:43 left to play in the opening quarter at Roy Rogers Field, the Northwest Mohawks, already up 6-0 on senior night, will retake the field 1st and 10 from the Mohawk 10-yard line. And boy, you had referenced the sunset just a short while ago. It's getting more and more gorgeous as the sun continues to go down. The clouds and that purplish hue that is being seen off in the distance, man, that is a really, really serene setting here at McDermott tonight.
I'll tell you what, right now, yardage, 88 yards for Northwest, 1 net yard for the Senators.
Wow. That Senator offense not looking near as good as the sunset here tonight. Here's a give up the middle. This looks to be Ferguson. He won't get much. He lunged himself into the middle of the line and was able to get out to the 12 for a gain of 2. Now, we've talked about some stats and how these teams here are looking in certain respects, and we've talked about the sunset. For those of you not watching the game on the Appalachian Marketing Media video stream and just listening on radio, the teams tonight are adorning their respective uniforms with the home Northwest Mohawks in their home blues, blue jerseys, blue pants, white helmets. The West Senators are wearing their road white uniforms with black numerals trimmed in orange, orange pants, and black helmets. Here is a fake handoff, and Brown is going to call his own number. That was a design quarterback keeper, little RPO look, and he's going to get a couple of yards, and that will be it, out to the 14-yard line. A nice job by the West defense, and it will be 3rd down and 6. And, Matt, you mentioned in our pregame, which was presented by SOMC Sports Motion, one of the big keys to a Mohawk win tonight would be winning the battle of time possession, and the Mohawks are milking the play clock down in between every single snap.
I mean, it is just hourglass is basically what you're watching.
It's their MO, and it has been for many years, even though Northwest has certainly opened up its offense this year much more than in years past. Here's Brown. He's going to throw on 3rd down. Hit right as he releases the ball, incomplete. The closest player to that pass was Tilton Rapp of the Senators, but nobody was close enough to catch it. And it will be 4th down and 6 after that incomplete pass, and it appears we will see the Mohawks punt for the first time this evening. Both teams 4-3 entering this contest. The West Senators are 8th in their division as far as the postseason is concerned. West in Division 6, in case you were not aware of that. Division 6, Region 24. Northwest competes in Division 5, Region 19. The Mohawks are not in the top 16, but there's some pretty good teams in that region. The likes of Wheelersburg, Ironton, Portsmouth, Coalgrove, Piketon, the list goes on and on. A win here tonight by the Mohawks, though, and I can't help but think they would catapult themselves into the top 15 or so. Remember, you do have to be in the top 12 in order to qualify for the playoffs. We've got a penalty marker
They call
down.
it intentional grounding.
Man, they really had to contemplate that one for a while, and thankfully for the Mohawks, Jake Brown was not in the end zone when he threw that ball. Otherwise, it would have been a safety, but he was really close to it, and the penalty is going to move the ball back to the 3-yard line. And Aiden Armbruster, the big tackle, who also serves as the punter from time to time, is going to boot the ball away, standing at the back of his end zone. Snap is beautiful. Punt is up. It's a little bit shallow. West will get away from it wisely, and Northwest will down it around the 30-yard line. There was backspin on that ball. Unfortunately for the Mohawks, it hit around the 38-yard line, but then bounced back to the 30. So the Senators are going to have a very short field to work with after the 27-yard punt from Aiden Armbruster. We did not see Aiden punt when we were out here earlier in the season for the Medford game, but we did see him punt a couple times last year. He's a 6'3", 280-pound junior, the typical size of most punters.
Yeah, of course.
Ha-ha. But he normally does a really good job, but that one I'm sure he wishes he had a do-over. So, again, good starting field position for West. Senators have had good field position this entire game, but no points to show for it. Not a first down yet. Here's a pitch to Bishop. The deep back out of the eye. A flag goes flying. This is probably going to come back, but a nice run by Bishop. Still on his feet, still fighting forward, and finally he is going to be hit out of bounds by Christian around the 10-yard line. This will be about a 20-yard gain if it stands, but the flag that's resting back around the 30 is probably going to negate it. It is a hold on West. So this will bring the ball back considerably, and instead of 1st and goal with the 10, it's going to be 1st and 20 with the ball now resting at the 40.
I tell you what, that was a heck of a run, though.
It really was, and that's nothing surprising out of senior I beg your pardon, junior Anthony Bishop.
I was going to say, he's still got another year.
5'8", 196 pounds. His brother Jeffrey was certainly a good player for the Senators, and he has fallen right in line. Braden Atkins goes in motion to the left. A wing and a receiver to the right. Now 2 receivers to the left. Hall's wanting to set up a screen, and that pass is deflected and nearly intercepted off of the tip. That was Aiden Armbrister. What a play. And, boy, wouldn't that have been something if Big Aiden could have intercepted that pass off of the tip.
Chuck, I'm telling you, if he got it, I don't think anybody's going to catch him.
No, he's a freakish athlete to be his size. We were just talking about him and his size when he punted a few moments ago. Again, 6'3", 280 pounds, and the guy can move. I think he's got potential to play at the next level. Definitely at some of the smaller schools, but there might be somebody kind of big take a flyer on him with that size and athleticism.
There might, but I know he's got very big offers for throwing and track and field for D1 offer. He has a cannon of an arm.
Pistol formation. Hall is going to hand off to Bishop on 2nd down and 20. Bishop looking for some room left side, and he finds a few yards. Pretty good run by Bishop, but a really nice open field tackle by Jake Brown as he brings Bishop down at the 37-yard line.
So gain of 3. And Bishop's he was kind of like, man, if I could just break that one tackle. He had a lot of room in front of him.
He did, and he ran a long ways east and west before cutting up to go north and south, and you can credit the Northwest defense for that. 3rd down and 17, almost 18 for the Senators. Ball on the left hash mark. Schonkweiler and Weston Ratcliffe are split wide to the right. Check that. That's Braden Atkins and Gunnar Schonkweiler. Micah Barnes is split out wide to the left. Bishop is in the backfield, now lined up to the left of Hall, and here is the handoff to Bishop. Room up the middle, and he's going to be tripped up and brought down just inside the 30-yard line, and I couldn't quite tell what Mohawk defender it was who got his hand on the ankle of Bishop, but if that play's not made, Bishop might have taken that ball down inside of the 25-yard line, but as it is, the football will be spotted at the 28, and it's going to be 4th down and 8 after the 10-yard run.
Ryan Ellis is one who I had getting a hand on number 14.
Could have been a first down saving tackle. West is going to go for it on 4th down and 8. Ball on the left hash mark. Barnes and Schonkweiler wide to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Hall going to try and throw for it. He releases, and his pass is incomplete. He had a receiver open about the 22-yard line. That intended recipient was Corbin Miller, the 6'3", 190-pound junior. But even if Miller makes that reception, he would have been shy of the sticks, and a Mohawk defender was closing in on him in a hurry. We'll never know, but it is another turnover on downs, and the West Senators still with no points on the scoreboard, trailing at Northwest 6-0 with 4:16 remaining in the first quarter. We'll watch its offense go over to the sideline, and the defense will come back on as the Northwest Mohawk offense will retake the field.
I can see a very long drive here, Chuck. What do you think?
That's certainly the game plan for Coach Bill Crabtree. That's on the wish list, no doubt about it. The deep back out of the eye is Carver Christian, and he is gone. Carson Christian down the far sideline. He will take it to the house, his 2nd touchdown of the game. The first was a 62-yard pass reception. This one is a 72-yard run. And once he broke the line, there was nobody near him. What a nice burst for Carson Christian.
Well, there goes the long drive we were talking about.
I think that was the plan, but a one-play, 72-yard run. Coach Bill Crabtree will be very content with that. And, hey, that's your scoring recap. A service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery, Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all your real estate needs, phone 574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Kid's electric, man.
He is. Man, can he move. And he's got strength to go along with that speed that he just exemplified. Northwest going for 2, now up 12-0. Pistol formation. Brown gives to the deep back, and he will be gobbled up right around the line of scrimmage, no gain. That was, again, Carson Christian. So the score will stay at 12-0, but the Mohawks find themselves with a 2-touchdown lead at the 4:05 mark of the first period at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott. Tied out on the field, we're back in 60 seconds on Mix 99.3.
Tom and Burnett Brown, the owners of Giovanni's at the Depot and Brown Forge Products, wish the Foreplay Best is a one-stop shop providing gasoline and groceries, as well as delicious pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. Brown Forest Products is an Ohio Forestry Association certified master logger that does logging and will buy standing timber and timberland. Call Brown Forest Products for contract logging at 740-352-0623. The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Credit issues? No problem. Glockner Auto Credit will finance your future, not your past. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
12-0, the Northwest Mohawks lead the West Senators. There has been a change in the score, and changes happen quickly, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Carson Christian just raced 72 yards for a touchdown. The two-point conversion try was no good. That's how we've arrived at 12-0. The kickoff took place just a few moments ago. It was another onside kick attempt by Northwest with kicker Wesson Lang trying it. The ball did go 10 yards, but was fallen upon at the 49-yard line, so the West Senators have dodged 2 onside kick bullets in this game. And yet again, the Senators have great starting field position, short field to work with, beginning this drive on the plus 49, but still no points on that scoreboard for West. Here is Bishop up the middle, bobbing and weaving and sliding and gliding and breaking tackles, and still on his way. He's sprinting toward the far sideline, inside the 15, inside the 10, and down to around the 5-yard line. What a run by Bishop.
Wow, that's a 45-yard run right there.
And he covered a lot of ground to get those 45 yards. He actually went back and forth. He looked like he was dancing the cha-cha out there around the 30-yard line or so. What moves by Bishop to set the Senators up first and goal with the 5 with 3:49 left to play in the first period.
Well, he said, Carson Christian, I will raise your 70-yard run for 45.
Here's Bishop right up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, West. How about that? The Senators, after falling behind by 2 touchdowns, respond with a 49-yard, 2-play drive, capped off by a 5-yard run courtesy of Anthony Bishop after he went for 44 yards on the first play of the drive. That's your Real Estate Gallery scoring drive, presented by Nancy Hawk and Company with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all your real estate needs, phone 574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com. Matt, when they're that simple, even I can do it.
Exactly. Oh, look at that.
We have whistles sounding as the extra point is being attempted. It's a false start on the West Senator PAT team. So that'll back West up a little further, 5 yards to be exact, and that will certainly raise the degree of difficulty for kicker Eli Blevins.
And that's something they struggled with last week. They were really struggling on PATs last week.
Blevins is a 5'9", 145-pound freshman. His extra point attempt will now come from the 18-yard line, making it a 28-yard try. It is up, and it is good.
Nice kick.
Maybe he was just a little too close last week. He needed a little extra room to think about it.
Hey, confidence is big with kick, especially when you're a freshman. So
12-7, your new score. 3:43 left in the first quarter. West on the scoreboard, now down by 5. We're back in 60 seconds on Mix 99.3.
We at Swick Bentley Funeral Home want to help you celebrate the life that inspired you. Whether you have lost a loved one or want to pre-plan your own services, we are here to help. We can help you plan traditional burial or a cremation service, and our staff will work to ease the burden a loss leaves. We may be reached by phone at 740-456-4133 or email at info@sbentleyfh.com. And to all our local athletes, play hard and stay safe.
Hi, I'm Nancy Hawk, the owner of Real Estate Gallery. I'm inviting you to contact any of our professional realtors for all of your real estate needs, or visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
Real Estate Gallery, we'll be there every step of the way. Real Estate Gallery.
Visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
Christian Carrasco has the ball teed up for the Senators. He'll squib it downfield. It looked to ricochet, the ball did, off of a Mohawk around the 15. It winds up in the hands of another Mohawk who's brought down hard over on the far sideline around the 25-yard line. That is where this drive will begin for Northwest. On the run back was Austin Smith, the 5'10", 155-pound senior. So the Mohawks, with a 5-point lead, will take over possession. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. The ball will be placed down on the right hash mark. Actually, the ball almost at the 26. We've got 3:37 left to play in this opening quarter, and we've already witnessed a combined total of 3 touchdowns. 2 by the Mohawks, who jumped out to a 12-0 lead, and a response by the West offense a short while ago. A 5-yard run by Anthony Bishop after he set that up with a 44-yard run the play before. So back to work go the Mohawks. Here's Christian. Hard run, breaking tackles, and he is going to be near a first down. What running we have already seen in this game, and we've still got 3.5 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. Carson Christian has come to play tonight. He has scored both of the Northwest touchdowns. One a 68-yard pass reception, the other a 72-yard run. He is a 6'2", 185-pound sophomore. And, man, does he ever run hard, Matt.
Man, he's just so physical when he runs. And he just looks like it's effortlessly when he's moving.
He goes for 9 on this first down carry, setting up 2nd down and 1 for the Mohawks. Northwest will break the huddle. Smith is lined up wide to the right. A total of 3 backs in the backfield. Pistol formation. Interesting set there, and the give is going to go to, I believe that's Ferguson. No, it's Christian again, isn't it? Yes, Christian has become the bell cow for the Mohawks, and he will lumber his way out across the 40 to the 41.5-yard line, and that will move the chains. Another first down carry for Northwest.
All he needed a little bit. That's all he needed.
He got just a little bit more than that, actually. That's a pretty nice carry, yeah. Boy, the rushing attacks of both of these teams has just been absolutely stellar in this contest. There hasn't been a lot of passing go well for West yet, but we've still got a lot of football to play. Of course, Brown did connect with Christian on that big 68-yard touchdown. Here's a give up the middle. Hard running again. This is Ferguson on the carry, and Ferguson battles his way out across the 45 to the 47. Gain of 4 on that play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. We're going to actually spot that back at the 45.5. Sun now setting here at Roy Rogers Field.
Had a nice little breeze just come through.
Yeah,
and then it
feels
went
really
away.
good.
I felt good, then it kind of was like, no, just tease you.
Sounds like you're ready for cooler temperatures.
I am. I'm built for colder weather.
Let the leaves fall and stop mowing the grass, huh?
Oh,
I'm all right with that.
I'm okay with that.
Especially with that stopping the grass mowing. Here is Ferguson. He's got room right side, and he's going to be brought down about a yard shy of the first down. The first Senator, I believe, to make contact was Bo Roten, and then Keegan Salem came in for a nice hit to stop Fergie shy of the first down, but it's going to be a very manageable 3rd down and 1 now coming up for Coach Bill Crabtree's 4-3 Northwest Mohawks. Got that big win over Benton County last week. Dropped the heartbreaker the week before, suffering a 1-point setback to the Valley Indians.
Yeah, they had a nice look at an extra point or a field goal to win the game, and just a little bit, I think it was left. Had distance.
Pistol formation again. There's an H-back to the right, a fullback and a deep back, and the give's going to go right up the middle, and this is going to be good for a first down carry.
Carson Christian.
Christian takes the ball into West territory and is brought down at the 46-yard line.
Gain of 4.
He's probably already at 100 yards or very close, isn't he? Considering he had 72 on one play.
91 right now, Chuck.
Wow. That's a pretty solid first quarter, Matt.
It's acceptable.
Yep.
91 yards on 4 carries.
Pretty good average.
And he also has 2 catches for 70 yards.
Is that about 23 yards a run? 91 yards in a quarter.
I thought you didn't do that, man.
On pace for almost 400 yards. Yeah, let's see if he can keep it up. Here he goes again. This time he'll be corralled and held in check, but still a solid effort. He takes the ball down to the 42.5-yard line. We'll give him 4 on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 6, and that's going to do it for this first quarter. An entertaining one it was. 12-7, Northwest leads the visiting Senators. This is high school football on Mix 99.3. We're back in 60 seconds.
1964, Little Septic Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little Septic Service.
Tonight's game on Mix 99.3 is presented in part by these following sponsors. AJ's Auto Sales.
For the best
Suburban
local high school
Transmission,
sports
and
coverage,
Giovanni's
tune to
Depot
Mix
and
99.
School sports all season long on Mix 99.3 or by listening on the local happenings app.
The Northwest Mohawks have a 12-7 lead over the visiting West Senators as we get set to begin the second quarter of play. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. We are live at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott. Northwest with the football, faced with 2nd down and 6 at the 43-yard line of the Senators. Here's the quarterback, Jake Brown. He hops over some defenders who had fallen in front of him and gets the ball down to the 41-yard line. Nice athletic play there at a gain of 2 yards to bring up 3rd down and almost 5, or a long 4, however you want to look at it. I like to think the glass is always half full, man.
That's a good way to think about it.
3rd and a long 4.
Do you remember the first touchdown they scored here? Well, we had that game. And I just was thinking about it when we were just kind of off air.
Whoa, Trigger.
Whoa, Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call the century right there.
Boy, this place is beautiful and one that the Northwest folks should be so proud of since the remodel a few years back. Here's Brown out of the gun, rolls to his right, and he was trying to cut back, and he lost his footing.
Turf Monster got him right there about the 38.
We're going to give Tilton Rapp credit for that tackle, but it was more the 38-yard line, I think, that got him. That's where the ball will be spotted. It's 4th down and 2, and I would be shocked if the Mohawks didn't go for it here.
Yeah, this going to be – actually, they spot that. Yeah, 38.
Ball on the right hash mark. Big play. Maybe one of the first really big decisions of the game. One of the first big plays of the game. A receiver to the left. That's Smith. An H-back to the right. A running back to the left of Brown, and we've got movement up front. If that's encroachment on the D, that's a preliminary indication. West has just given the Mohawks a 1st down, and boy, that gets the Northwest fans fired up and the Northwest players fired up as well.
That's one of those, just got to kind of bang your head on the wall. You're like, oh, guys, I'll tell you what, Northwest did that, I think, a couple weeks ago, didn't they, when we had them here, out here?
I'm really intrigued. You're right, they did. I'm really intrigued about this offensive formation we're seeing a lot out of Northwest. It's a pistol formation with Brown behind center, and then a back to his left, a back behind him, and an H-back behind a right guard. Here is Christian looking for some room behind right guard and tackle, and he won't find a lot, but, boy, he just, at the last moment, was able to lunge forward, actually dive up and over a defender for a yard, and a well-deserved yard at that. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Ball now resting at the 32-yard line.
Well, what I think they're hoping with this is basically that extra guard, or extra kind of H-back behind the guard, gives that extra push, trying to help get it open. They were using Dominic Stone at one point.
Here is Christian. He's got room left side after taking the handoff. Gets a nice block downfield from Austin Smith. And Christian is ridden down at the 19-yard line, a gain of 13 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Mohawks, who have now moved into the Quality Heating and Air red zone. Quality Heating and Air can be found on Route 52 in Sugar Grove, just down the road from Portsmouth West High School. There they proudly offer Ream products. First time we've had the opportunity to mention Phil Rideout's Quality Heating and Air tonight, because this will be the first snap coming up that's taken place within the red zone, other than that Bishop touchdown from 5 yards out.
Tell you what, you give him just a little bit of space, and man, he can make something happen out of it.
Here's Christian again, right up the middle, lowering his shoulders, delivering punishment, and trucking his way down inside of the 15-yard line to the 13. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Love to watch him run. 6'2", 185 pounds, just a sophomore.
Man, he's so physical.
He delivers punishment. So often you see ball carriers, not just at the high school level, but at every level. They're the ones taking the hits more so than giving them. That is not the case here with Carson Christian.
I believe he was out in the Valley game because I think I saw him on the sidelines in jeans and a shirt, jersey.
You can certainly see that making a difference, too. Here's a design quarterback run. Brown got by the first defender, maintained his balance, and takes the ball inside of the 10-yard line. And that might be close to a first down. I think he's got it. First and goal. Takes it down to the 7. Jake Brown with a nice run following his blockers on the left side of the line after faking the handoff up inside. The Northwest Mohawks up 12-7 and knocking on the door again with just under 8 minutes left to play in the first half. Austin Smith is going to line up wide to the right. Northwest sticking in that formation with the H-back in the backfield. Quarterback Jake Brown in the pistol. He's going to give to Christian the deep back, and he'll find some room off left tackle. He's going to take the ball down to the 5-yard line. Gain of 2. It will be second down and goal. Ball will be on the left hash when it is snapped once again. Jake Brown, the quarterback, coming all the way over to the sideline to get the play call from the Northwest coaching staff. He will now run all the way over to the far hash to relay that message to his team. They break the huddle, come to the line. Smith is wide to the left. And we've got a West Senator having an equipment issue, it appears. And the officials have stopped play for that to be tended to. Don't know if it was chin strap that came unbuttoned or what, but one of his teammates helped him with it. Now we're setting play on. That same formation again. Unbalanced pistol, for lack of a better term. And here's Brown. Turned to his left and then shot up the middle. He'll take the ball down to the 2 for a gain of 3, and that's going to set up third down and goal. I don't think there's any doubt that Northwest is in 4-down territory here.
Oh, definitely no doubt.
With that big offensive line trying to clear the way for these hard-running backs. This line's done a good job tonight. Carter Lute, Dominic Stone, Thatcher Webb, Jackson Powell, Aiden Armbrister. Smallest one is 230. Next smallest is 260. They're good-sized lads. Here is Christian, hit around the knees about a yard deep in the backfield, and he is dropped for a loss of 1 back at the 3. It's going to be 4th and goal, and that was great penetration by the West interior defensive line. They had some folks shooting gaps there, and it paid off.
I tell you what, Anthony Bissell checked in on defense, and man, he came in and just got low and really got a good hit there on Brown to finish it up.
Sometimes speed beats size, and that was definitely the case on that last play. So a ginormous play coming up. 4th down and goal from the 3. Clock dips under the 6-minute mark in the second period. Northwest up 12-7, looking for more. The West Senator defense trying to stiffen. Empty formation, 5 wide. Design quarterback run, and Brown is in standing. Touchdown Northwest, and the Mohawks have stretched their lead out to 18-7 with 5:43 left to play before halftime.
Did you see anybody else besides Brown carrying that ball?
Yep. And I certainly didn't foresee a pass, even though it was a 5-wide formation. Mohawks get the 6. And now coming on to try the extra point will be Wesson Lang, the 6'1", 155-pound junior. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Holding will be Nate Fry. The snap is on target. The spot is down. The kick is up, and it is good. 19-7, your new score. Mohawks go back up by a dozen. Timeout on the field. We're back in 60 seconds. This is high school football on Mix 99.3.
Counseling Center is the region's leader in youth and adolescent counseling and play therapy services. TCC plays a large role in substance abuse prevention services for area youth, providing more than 4,000 prevention services for area school-age children each year. In operation since 1981, the Counseling Center is the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse prevention and recovery to mental health counseling, primary care, vocational development, and job placement services. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org. Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical.
Another onside kick attempted by the Northwest Mohawks. one of the better-looking onside kicks tried by Wesson Lang tonight. That was his third attempt at an onside, but the Senators recover it at their own 49-yard line. Tell you what, the Northwest Mohawks are not going to take a chance on kicking it deep. They obviously watched the film of Braden Atkins return a kickoff for a touchdown in West Wynn at Valley last week. So every kick has been either an onside or some form of a squibber. But there has been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. It's now 19-7, the Northwest Mohawks. 1st and 10 for the Senators. Hall is going to give to Bishop. He runs into a big defender on that Northwest defensive line. He is hit in the backfield and dropped, and let's see who that was.
44.
Aiden Armbrister. Aiden Armbrister is whom the running back met 3 yards deep in the backfield. The ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 13 after the loss of 3. What a play by Armbrister.
I mean, he just came in like a Mack truck.
And you say that was Ryder McCormick, the ball carrier.
No, not Bishop, the ball carrier.
Bishop was the ball carrier.
Yeah.
Braden Atkins comes in motion to the near side. Hall is going to sling it out right side, incomplete. Christian Carrasco caught the ball, but he wasn't in the game. He was standing over on the west sideline. It is 3rd down and 13. So quickly, the West Senators find themselves in a 3rd and long, and if West can't convert this, it'd be a very fast 3 and out after the Mohawks scored just a few moments ago. We're going to check that scoring recap by Northwest in just a sec, but a big play coming up here for the Senators, trying to keep pace at Roy Rogers Field. Right now, Northwest leads 19-7. Empty set for the Senators, 5 wide. Hall with the throw, lost the ball. It is loose. It is picked up by Northwest Aiden Armbrister, and he runs it down to the 27-yard line. Turnover on the play. There has been a fumble recovery by the Northwest Mohawks. This Hope Source recovery presented by birthday boy Jay Hash, who is celebrating his birthday today. He runs Hope Source. Start your recovery today by phoning Hope Source at 740-353-HOPE. It'll be 1st and 10 Mohawks at the 26-yard line going in.
Chuck, that was bizarre. We'll say that.
That almost was it Garo Upremian of the unbeaten Miami Dolphins? That wild play against the Washington then Redskins at the end of that Super Bowl? That's exactly what that looked like, Matt.
I mean, that ball must have been. Somebody needs to check that ball from Greece or something. My goodness, that thing just like flopped right out of there.
Garo Upremian, I believe, was the kicker's name for Don Shula's Miami Dolphins that finished 17-0 that season. That was 1972, the only unbeaten team ever in NFL history in the Super Bowl era. They tried a field goal. Upremian picked up a ball that was a bad snap, went to throw it. As he cocked his arm back, the ball flew out of his hand and was recovered by Washington. They actually returned it for a touchdown. Armbrister, if he would have got to it maybe a second sooner, he might have gotten himself 6 there, but that was a wild one. We have a timeout on the field, but we're going to keep things here. And while we have a moment, Matt, let's check Northwest's previous score, the one that happened just a short while ago, that scoring recap, a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery, Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, phone 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Check that Mohawk scoring drive. 17 plays, 74 yards. Capped up by a touchdown by Jake Brown from just 3 yards out. Extra point was good by Weston Lang.
That's a 4th and 3 play, and here's another Northwest touchdown as Jake Brown connects with Nate Fry in the end zone for a touchdown from 30-plus yards out, and it is all Mohawks right now as they lead 25-7. There's been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth.
Chuck, what's
going on?
What's going on?
Holy cow. I mean, think about this. 2 weeks ago, Northwest fell to Valley by a point. Last week, West beat Valley by 24 points, and tonight, Northwest is beaten West by 18 points. Make it 19 as the extra point by Wesson Lang is up and through 26-7. The last time Northwest beat West, it was 1999.
Prince would be happy.
Woo! Somebody's going to be partying like it's 1999 if this keeps up. Still got a long ways to go, though. Timeout on the field. We're back in 30 seconds on Mix 99.3.
And Medical Spa in Portsmouth knows that looking better makes you feel better. On the Esplanade offers body contouring, numerous skin services such as microneedling and chemical pills, as well as Botox and Juvederm injections. Plus, On the Esplanade has Obagi skincare products, among others. Let On the Esplanade Laser Center and Medical Spa help you look your best. Visit On the Esplanade, 813 Gallia Street, Portsmouth, and follow On the Esplanade on Facebook.
With 4:42 left to play in the first half, the Mohawks having the time of their lives right now as they lead the West Senators 26-7. As this score is being announced at stadiums and football arenas throughout the area, and probably nobody's going to believe it. Here's the kick. It's a deep boot, fielded at the 10-yard line. This is Atkins on the return. Atkins hits the wedge and then takes a big hit at the 37-yard line. Let's see who that is for Northwest, because I think he just won himself a Monroe's Framing Collision t-shirt.
32, I think?
Wow, what a pop by Bo Browning. A 5'9", 150-pound.
33.
Is it 33?
Yes.
Landon Hodge.
Yeah,
A
Landon
5'10",
Hodge.
165-pound sophomore. The way his jersey was tucked up underneath his shoulder pad, it was difficult to make out whether that was 32 or 33. But, yeah, he's a candidate for the Monroe's Framing Collision, big collision of the game recipient.
For tackle.
Braden Atkins brings the ball from the 10 out to the 39. 29 on the return. Here's Bishop taking the handoff, hit in the backfield by Armbruster and swung down for a loss. I mean, Northwest can do no wrong right now. Did you ever imagine that we would see this?
This is like watching the script's been flipped.
It's like Hurricane Mohawk.
Yeah, well, coming in, I was talking about how balanced West's offense was past couple of weeks, and everything's been looking great. Well, West right now has no passing, 0 yards, 0 for 7 passing. Now we have 46 total yards.
Second down and 16, ball back to 32-yard line. Hall drops back to pass and cannot connect with his intended receiver on the far sideline. That was Atkins. It's third down and 16.
Hall now 0 for 8.
The West passing attack tonight has struggled mightily. The stats support that. The running game has been pretty good, but now West has gotten itself in a situation down by 19 points that they're going to have to throw.
Yeah, and they had a wide-open pass. You kind of had that feeling like after they missed that wide-open pass to start the game.
Nice throw and shy of the first down. Hall, the right-handed quarterback, rolling to his left, threw back across the body and connected with Braden Atkins along the near sideline, who made a sliding catch while getting his feet in bounds. It's going to go for a gain of 7, but it will be fourth down and 9 with the ball at the Senators' own 40-yard line.
Well, that might have been one of those, signs of things to come when they missed that wide-open pass in the first play of the game.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and it all started kind of unraveling at that point in time, and the Northwest offense has been stupendous. Let's not forget to give credit where credit is due. Christian Carrasco back in punt formation, low snap. He picks it up off the turf. Pressure comes, but Carrasco just gets it away. This will be fielded at the 27-yard line by Christian, and he is going to be hit and brought down at the 28. That was a really nice tackle by Micah Barnes, and now there's some jawing going on along the near sideline. Better pull him away, and there goes a flag.
Yep. I think that might go on Northwest.
Another flag comes flying. And yeah, when you're up 26-7, you certainly don't want to do anything to give your opponent any life, because right now it is all Mohawks. The officials are going to huddle and converse.
And I get sticking up for your teammate and stuff, but walk away. Walk away.
Here's the thing, this game allows you to hit people legally.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it in a situation like that. Wait until the ball's snapped and then go find who you want and have your revenge. Offsetting, Matt. Unsportsmanlike each way, so it will be as if it never happened.
And I tell you what, Maeve got lucky on that one, just from my point of view.
So the ball will be spotted at Northwest's own 30-yard line. That's where this Mohawk drive will begin. 26-7 is the score with 3:35 left to play before halftime. Northwest up by 19 over visiting West. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Northwest Mohawks, who haven't knocked off West since 1999, lead the Senators by 19 points with just over 3.5 minutes left to play before the break. Stacked receivers each way. Brown out of the gun, takes a snap, rolls to his right, cuts back, is hit by Carrasco, and is spun down right around the 35-yard line. Timeout situation. Northwest has all 3. The Senators have 2 remaining. Gain of 4 on that last play. The ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Now, Northwest, the MO is ball control, although they've connected on some really quick strikes in this first half. But you kind of got to throw that out the window now and speed up the process just a little bit, as clock is becoming an issue with only 3 minutes left before halftime. Here's Ferguson. Ferguson's hit hard right around the line of scrimmage, but he spins forward and gains a very well-deserved yard.
That was definitely well-deserved.
Man, he took a big pop over there.
Tell you what, Carrasco's getting up a little sore.
And, boy, if Carrasco is not at full strength, that's going to affect West in the kicking game because he's the punter and also handles kickoffs.
But he's been really vital here defensively for the Senators.
He's definitely experiencing some discomfort at the moment, but he's trying to walk it off. Hopefully he'll be able to do that. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Mohawks. 2:25 left. Ball on the right hash mark. Fry, who caught that big pass a little earlier. Pass caught near side, and that is going to be a nice run after catch by Orion Ellis. And Ellis takes the ball out across the 45-yard line to the 47.
Nice block there on the edge. Get him free. That's a gain of 12 by Ellis.
Was that Ellis or Fry on that touchdown a little earlier, the deep pass to the end zone?
Fry, I believe.
Here is a little push pass to Christian. Bursts up the middle, takes the ball into Senator territory, and is going to be brought down around the 47-yard line. 2 minutes left. Still the Mohawks with all 3 timeouts. It's going to be 2nd down and a long 3. We'll call it 4 after that 6-yard pickup. Ball right in the middle of the field. Playbook completely wide open for Coach Bill Crabtree and the Mohawks, and we've got whistles sounding and officials timeout. Christian Carrasco is going to exit the game. He was the one who was shaken up just a couple plays ago. Hopefully he's okay, but he will have to leave the game right now, and checking in his absence will be Zane Evans.
Zane Evans got a Monroe's shirt last week for a big
hit.
hit.
Here is Brown, design quarterback run, and he's going to be brought down right around the 45-yard line. Gain of 2. It will be 3rd down and 2. And let's see when Coach Crabtree opts to use the first TO if he does. Northwest not in a hurry right now. Right now, the primary goal of the Mohawks is to move the sticks and get this first down. Orion Ellis is lined up wide to the right. Smith and Fry wide to the left. Ferguson in the backfield with Brown, who takes a snap out of the gun, looks, steps up in the pocket. He's going to have the first down. Brown inside the 40 and sawed down around the 36-yard line, making that nice open field tackle was Zane Evans, who just checked in, but not before Brown gets the yardage to gain and a whole lot to boot, and manages to get out of bounds and stop the clock so Northwest can hold on to those 3 timeouts for another play or so.
Did he stop the clock or just first down?
Might have been just the moving of the chains. If he didn't get out of bounds, they haven't winded the clock yet, so evidently he did get out of bounds. Yeah, so evidently he gets out of bounds. It is 1st and 10 for the Mohawks. Brown out of the gun, looks, pulls it down, takes off inside the 30 and down to the 26-yard line. And Northwest will burn its first timeout with 43 seconds left to play before halftime. 2nd down and about 1 coming up when play resumes. Timeout on the field. We're back in 60 seconds on Mix 99.3.
Portsmouth Insurance, a TAH Benefits partner.
And I'm Jay Hazelbaker, president of TAH Benefits.
Portsmouth Insurance specializes in helping local business owners with their employee benefits.
We understand that operating a business can be stressful. Let us alleviate at least one of those worries for you. Portsmouth Insurance understands the health insurance marketplace, and our commitment to service and knowledge of both the personal and business insurance markets can give you peace of mind.
For assistance with all of your employee benefit needs, call us at Portsmouth Insurance, 740-353-4105.
For the best local high school sports coverage, tune to Mix 99.3, WNXT FM, Portsmouth.
At People's Bank, our team of local, trust, and wealth management professionals can help you achieve your financial goals. We offer comprehensive services including investment management, retirement planning, estate planning, trust administration, and more. Our customized strategies are designed to grow and preserve your wealth while minimizing risk. Let People's Bank put our decades of expertise to work for you. Call me, Elise Dye, or one of our other trust and wealth management professionals today to schedule your free consultation. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Play has just resumed, and Carson Christian has gone up the middle, finding a few yards off right tackle. He'll have enough to move the chains as he takes the ball down to the 23-yard line, right back to the line of scrimmage. Here is a run up the middle, and a hard run at that for the Northwest Mohawks, who take the ball down inside the Quality Heating and Air red zone. It is Christian again. He lumbers his way down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 7. It's second down and 3. And here is Christian again. He's going to get to the 15-yard line. 8 seconds to go. Northwest still with 2 timeouts. And now the Mohawks will burn one of those 2. So it's going to be third down and 1. And we'll see if the way Coach Bill Crabtree has handled the clock here in the last 25 seconds proves to work out, or if it does not. We'll keep things here to remind you that at halftime, we will bring you the My Own Bible app halftime report presented by Calvary Baptist Church. And one correction we do need to make, the last Northwest touchdown on the receiving end of that was actually Orion Ellis. I had said Nate Fry. That's my bad. It was Orion Ellis, a 5'7", 155-pound senior, and Orion actually had a really nice catch earlier on in this drive, Matt.
Yeah, he's steady as that receiver, but he's got that size and quickness where he can kind of run the underneath routes, but a very solid receiver for the Mohawks.
Third down and 1 coming up. But the big thing, the time. Only 8 seconds left.
Is it 9 now?
They evidently did change it to 9. They added a second to it. Every second counts in this sense. Brown's going to throw to the end zone looking for Christian, and he caught it! What a catch as he reached back over top of Braden Atkins. And are the officials going to say bobbled? I've not seen the signal touchdown yet. Everybody's acting as if he scored, but I've not seen a touchdown signal from the stripes yet. I never did see one, but Northwest is acting as if the Mohawks did score, and the officials aren't arguing that fact. So touchdown, Northwest. What a catch by Carson Christian, reaching back over top of Braden Atkins, who could not have covered him any better.
He just got mossed.
That took 3 seconds off the clock, and that's it. Touchdown Mohawks with 6 seconds left before halftime, and the extra point by Wesson Lang is good. My word, what a pitch and catch. Jake Brown to Carson Christian, who's got his 3rd touchdown of the evening, his 2nd receiving. And with that, there has been a change in the score. Changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. We're at 33-7. Matt, let's check the scoring recap. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, dial 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Chuck, that was 11 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes and 29 seconds count the clock, and it was a touchdown pass from Jake Brown to Carson Christian from 15 yards out. Extra point by Weston Lang was good. 33-7. Pinch me, Chuck. I
unbelievable.
Did not see this tonight.
5 touchdowns for Northwest in this first half. Weston Lang will kick off for the 6th time.
He's going to kick that thing out of
bounds. Yep, he's going to kick it out of bounds. His first 4 were onside/squib kicks. He did go deep the last time, getting the ball to the 10-yard line, and this one he kicks out of bounds, and that might have been intentional, actually, because Braden Atkins, up until taking that big hit on that last return he had, looked for a moment like he had something going. And bear in mind, he did return one for a touchdown against Valley last week, so that might have totally been intentional there by Wesson Lang and the Mohawks. So it will be West football, but with only 6 seconds remaining.
At 35.
They're going to spot it at the 40.
Yeah, there we go. So 60 yards away.
Let's see what West can do. The Senators have some playmakers, for sure. We have seen Coach Todd Gilland do a double reverse flea flicker in situations like this. I formation, Hall pitches to Bishop. This is a run all the way, and Bishop has room left side. He gets the edge, but is knocked out of bounds at the 40, 20 yards on that pickup, but that's going to do it for the first half. And it is all Northwest here tonight. The Mohawks have a 33-7 lead over the Senators at the turn. I think many people thought that this might be the halftime score, but I don't know if they thought it'd be this way. It's the Mohawks on top. We're back in 4 minutes to kick off our halftime report on Mix 99.3.
High school football on Visual Media Group Station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Reuter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance. Josie and Carly and all the gang at Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking in the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck. Have a project around the house that calls for a true retaining wall that's both functional and attractive? Portsmouth Block is proud to carry industry leader Versalock retaining walls, provide the perfect balance between form and function. Available in both weathered and non-weathered, Versalock walls are ideal for load retention, planters, and funk, seat walls, and more. Team up Versalock walls with our new Americana Collection premium pavers, and you have a project that's sure to turn heads. Visit the Portsmouth Block Showroom at 2700 Gallia Street, Portsmouth. See the difference, feel the difference, designed to be different. At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards Program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you. Locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you're looking for the answer, hey, where are we going to eat lunch today? There's no question that Penn Station East Coast Subs is what you're looking for when you want fresh. They wrote the recipe for taste, quality, generous portions, and there's absolutely nothing quite like the Philly cheesesteak, the club, the teriyaki, or the Italian. Penn Station invites you in for lunch, dinner, or anytime after the game or movie. It's all about good taste with great service and friendly smiles. When you need a quality and healthy taste fix, it's Penn Station East Coast Subs. They're your first stop on the left under the viaduct. Where at Penn Station, it's all about good taste. The McKinley Funeral Home has built a reputation for service over the years. Folks in this area know that the McKinley Funeral Home is a proud member of the Lucasville community. In your hour of need, you'll find them compassionate and caring, serving families in our area since 1937. That's the McKinley Funeral Home. Call them in your hour of need. The McKinley Funeral Home, Lucasville, since 1937.
Harris Floor Covering, located at 610 9th Street, Portsmouth, is the leading floor covering contractor. Harris Floor Covering has everything for your home or business, including tile, sheet flooring, quarry tile, ceramic tile, outdoor floors, industrial floors, carpet, acoustic ceiling, underlayment, and more. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 or 740-352-9212. Harris Floor Covering, proud supporters of the youth of the area.
Tonight's game on Mix 99.3 is presented in part by these following sponsors: AJ's Auto Sales, Suburban Transmission, and Giovanni's at the Depot and Brown Forest Products. Be listening to high school sports all season long on
At halftime in McDermott, the Northwest Mohawks enjoy a 33-7 lead over the visiting West Senators. Welcome to the My Own Bible Halftime Show, brought to you by the Calvary Baptist Church at 2306 Waller Street in Portsmouth. While making great efforts to reach the world with the gospel, Calvary Baptist Church and My Own Bible seek to support all the athletes and families of Southern Ohio. You are invited to be our guest at Calvary Baptist Church this Sunday. My Own Bible exists to bring the Word of God to the world. With the Bible in over 30 languages, this mission is being accomplished. If you are looking for a Bible app, a daily devotional, or a Bible reading plan, My Own Bible can help. On the My Own Bible platform, you can search and share Scripture with just a touch of your screen. Download My Own Bible today for your computer, Apple or Android, and discover the many Bible helps available to you. From devotional and Bible reading plans to commentaries and Bible helps resources, My Own Bible is a powerful tool for the gospel of Jesus Christ. For more information about Calvary Baptist Church or My Own Bible, visit becauseofcalvary.com. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton, 33-7 Northwest leading West. Checking scores from elsewhere around the area, Eastern Pike has a 28-0 lead over the Notre Dame Titans at Spartan Municipal Stadium in a battle of two unbeaten SOC1 schools that are both in Division 7. The Portsmouth Trojans are all over Rock Hill, 34-7. That's a bit of a shocker as the Red Men are 6-1 entering that game. The Wheelersburg Pirates are handling their business. The unbeaten Berg is right now leading Waverly 30-0. Ironton is on top of Fairland 41-7. Colgrove has a 38-7 lead over South Point. Sims Valley leads East 26-0. Jackson is in front of Washington Courthouse 22-7. 14. The Valley Indians have a 42-7 advantage over Oak Hill. South Gallia leads Green 40-6, and the Gallia Academy is up on Chesapeake 14-0. Again, 33-7 is our halftime score. Northwest leads on senior night against the West Senators. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. When we return, we'll talk about some big college games tomorrow, and we will soon be checking the first half stats. This is the My Own Bible Halftime Show, brought to you by Calvary Baptist Church on Mix 99.3.
The Carpenters Local Union 437 is actively seeking apprentices and journeyman carpenters. Your pay is based on your experience, but you'll start out earning a good living wage with health care and pension. The Carpenters Union takes an earn-as-you-learn approach to their apprenticeship, ensuring you earn a good living wage with benefits for your family right from the start. And every apprentice will graduate with an associate degree. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Trampus Puckett at Carpenters Local 437. Phone 740-354-7518. Halls, Napa, and Wheelersburg wishes the best to all local teams and proudly commends the hard work put forth by our local high school athletes. Halls Napa is Scioto County's oldest running, family-owned Napa Auto Parts store, and the folks at Halls appreciate all of their loyal customers. Halls Napa carries auto parts and fluids, Milwaukee power tools, wipers, batteries, jump boxes, and more. Visit Halls Napa Auto Parts at 11774 Gallia Pike Road in Wheelersburg, and be sure to check out Halls Napa on Facebook.
Why is Southern Ohio Medical Center Urology Associates the perfect choice for you? It starts with the expert care of board-certified urologist Dr. Stephen Willems, followed by a variety of procedures offered right in the office, which means no hospital stay and a quicker recovery. Along with general urology care, SOMC Urology Associates also offers the latest in advanced treatments for enlarged prostate, including UroLift and aquablation, board-certified expertise in the latest procedures in prostate care. SOMC Urology Associates is the perfect choice. Call us at 740-3564-URO today.
Don't spend thousands of dollars on marketing that doesn't work. Appalachian Marketing Media can grow your business with targeted marketing strategies, tactics, and resources that actually do work, so you can get more clients and have peace of mind. Appalachian Marketing Media offers do-it-yourself packages where clients get a step-by-step social media plan with a one-time fee starting at $150, which includes customized social media graphics. And Appalachian Marketing Media offers social media management starting at $515 per month. Contact Appalachian Marketing Media on Facebook and learn more on their website. High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner Family of Dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Call your companies.
Gamps Power Equipment, Route 140 in Slocum is your hometown team for the most feared lineup when it comes to mowing down the competition. Names like John Deere, Toro, Honda, Steel, and Western. You're guaranteed a winning record every time you take the field in pursuit of that perfect cut. Gamps opens the doors Monday to Saturday at 7:30 and features pickup and delivery as they always service what they sell. To find out more, go to Gamps.com and discover what true customer service is all about at Gamps Power Equipment, soon celebrating 100 years as a Hall of Fame family.
At halftime in McDermott, the Northwest Mohawks lead the West Senators 33-7. Northwest in search of its first victory over West since 1999. They are 2 quarters away from it and have a 26-point lead here at the turn. A big thank you goes to our friends at Penn Station East Coast Subs on the north end of Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Penn Station fuels the WNXT and WZZZ sports crews every weekend by offering us lunch. Visit Penn Station, where they are all about the freshness. And be sure to listen for the Barber Auto Parts Replay of the Week, which can be heard all week long on Mix 99.3, Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, and Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM. Visit the Barber Auto Parts locations nearest you with stores in Portsmouth, Ashland, and Chillicothe. They've got their big customer appreciation days coming up here next week. So big things coming up for Barbers. Tomorrow will be a big day for college football. The top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes will visit number 17 Illinois. That'll air on 95.7 FM. Coverage will start at 10:30 tomorrow morning, leading up to that big noon kickoff. Buckeyes at the Illini. Matt, what's your thoughts on that?
Battle for the Illabuck. I've been to Champaign, Illinois. I actually used to live there for about 8 months, and it's an interesting venue to take place for a ball game. And usually 11 a.m. kickoffs are very weird out there. It's a weird territory, but usually Ohio State gets the job done. I look for them to do the same tomorrow.
And you bring up a good point there. While that will be at noon Eastern time, that's 11 o'clock Illinois time. That shouldn't affect Ohio State. I'm sure they are already there spending the night, but still, it's a little different for the folks there in Champaign, I'm sure, playing in the AM hours. The Marshall Thundering Herd will welcome Old Dominion to Huntington tomorrow afternoon. That'll be a 3:30 kickoff. The Cincinnati Bearcats, fresh off of that big win over then number 14 Iowa State last Saturday, will be back at Nippert Stadium tomorrow to host Scott Frost in Central Florida. Miami of Ohio will visit Akron tomorrow. That's a noon kickoff. Toledo will play at Bowling Green. That one gets underway at 12 o'clock. And Kent State will entertain UMass tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Both the OU Bobcats as well as the Kentucky Wildcats will be off this weekend. As for some other big games of interest tomorrow, 7th-ranked Indiana will play at number 3 Oregon. That'll get underway at 3:30 Eastern time out in Eugene. Are the Hoosiers for real? That's a big question a lot of folks have. I mean, this is a team that did make the playoffs last year, and they're unbeaten right now, and they handed Illinois the
card.
Nope.
For you listening at home, check those boxes.
If you're sipping your Pepsi, turn up the whole 2-liter if you're playing that game. 6th-ranked Oklahoma will meet Texas tomorrow in the annual Red River rivalry. That's a 3:30 kickoff at the old Cotton Bowl there. Cotton Bowl. That's at the State Fairgrounds in Dallas, Texas. Yep. Always fun. It's be interesting to see if a team that was preseason ranked number 1 can get back on track against the Sooners tomorrow. Number 8 Alabama will play at number 14 Missouri tomorrow. That's a noon kickoff. 16th ranked Notre Dame, Fighting Irish fans are everywhere. They will host NC State tomorrow at 3:30. And I don't know if this is that big of a game or not, but it just sounded good, so I put it on my list. Number 15 Michigan will go to Los Angeles to take on the USC Trojans in the Coliseum. That's a 7:30 kickoff Eastern time. That almost sounds like it should be a Rose Bowl matchup or something, Michigan and USC, the old Big Ten Pac 10 days.
Did you hear the comments made by Sharon Moore?
No, I did not. Please enlighten me.
He said that's the only reason why it's a sellout is because Michigan's there. And
well, he's probably not wrong.
Not complete, but Lincoln Riley took offense to that. He said, "I don't care." He's like, "I don't care what he says." You could tell it rubbed him the wrong way. So could be a little bit of chippiness tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, maybe that'll sell a few extra tickets, even though a lot of people will probably be sporting the maize and blue. I've never been to L.A., but there's a lot of things going on there. Did you notice?
Hit or miss.
Well, they love their Lakers and they love their Dodgers. They really love their Dodgers now, bound for the NLCS. But if you're not winning, if you're anything else and you're not really winning or cool, they're not interested.
And you know what it takes to win out there?
Money?
A lot of money.
Just
imagine the Lakers and Dodgers payroll combined.
Yeah. So, speaking of attendance for college football games out there, did you by chance see UCLA beat Penn State in the Rose Bowl last week, which UCLA plays its home games in the Rose Bowl? They were 0-4 and really pulled off a gigantic upset. That stadium was maybe 60% full?
No, not even 60%, Chuck. It seats like 80,000.
Yeah.
They said they had 40-some thousand in attendance.
No
I
way.
I looked, and I think it was around 21,000. And that's pushing it because that's when all the students finally woke up and say, hey, we have a shot in this game. Let's go at halftime. It was supposed to be a blow out. Yeah. It was supposed to be a blow out.
There wasn't enough people there to make it blue.
No.
It was concrete grade because of all the empty seats. NFL last night, the Giants doubled up on the Eagles 34-17. I am digging me some Cam Scatabo. 3 touchdowns for the rookie running back out of Arizona State last night, 98 yards on 19 carries. Both the Bengals and the Browns will play on Sunday. The Joe Flacco era begins in Cincinnati with a visit to Green Bay, Wisconsin Sunday at 4:25, and the place where Flacco came from, Cleveland, will visit Pittsburgh at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
You got your walker ready?
Hey,
Flacco for Flacco.
Flacco for Flacco, from one Joe to the other. 33-7 is our halftime score. The Northwest Mohawks lead the West Senators. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, and Matt will be back to hook us up with the first half stats. You're listening to the My Own Bible halftime show presented by Calvary Baptist Church on Mix 99.3.
Used vehicle, give Coles a call. Coles Auto Sales in West Portsmouth offers a great selection of vehicles that are easy on gas, easy on the eyes, and easy on the wallet. So give Coles a call. Coles offers financing. Bad credit, no problem. All you need is proof of income and a down payment. You can apply for pre-approval by visiting Coles Auto Sales on Facebook. Give Coles a call at 740-357-6009 and visit their new and larger location at 16127 US 52 in West Portsmouth.
Your tire store shouldn't remind you of a three-ring circus, so head to a dealer who's serious about quality. Michelin offers the most fuel-efficient line of tires on the road and provides exceptional, long-lasting performance. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive style. Forget the circus. See the tire experts.
See Bob and Floyd's Tire Sales at the corner of routes 23 South at 52 West on Chillicothe Street, Portsmouth.
Category testing based on SAE J1269 rolling resistance industry practice.
Visit your local grocery, the Minford IGA and Westside IGA, as well as Westside Hardware. At the Minford and Westside IGAs, you'll find full-service delis with fresh-cut Angus beef and daily lunch specials. The Westside IGA offers up an incredible 18-inch pizza special, which provides a 2-topping 18-inch pizza, a bag of chips, and a 2-liter, all for just $19.99. Right beside the Westside IGA is Westside Hardware. They've got all kinds of tools and fasteners, as well as an extensive amount of items pertaining to automotive, carpentry, plumbing, and heating and air. The Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Side Hardware open 7 days a week.
Hello, this is Megan Martin, Banking Center Manager at First State Bank. At First State Bank, we believe that when we build up our customers, our communities, and each other, we can make a lifelong difference. When you bank with us, you're supporting the local coffee shop down the street, a young couple's first home, and the community you live in. Stop in at our Portsmouth Banking Center or visit our website at fsb4me.com. That's FSB4me.com. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jay Hash with Hope Source. Hope Source helps individuals and families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. We offer a full array of high-quality mental health and addiction treatment services to meet the individual needs of every person we serve. In every interaction, we provide the care we would expect for our closest friends or loved ones. No matter your situation, there is hope. For information, check out our website at hopesourcetreatment.com. Find us on Facebook or call 70353-HOPE.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Reuter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance.
At halftime, the Northwest Mohawks have a 33-7 lead over visiting West. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. This is the My Own Bible halftime show brought to you by Calvary Baptist Church in Portsmouth. Matt, let's check the first half stats.
Let's go over stats. First will be nice and go over the visiting stats, team and individual at the West Senators. Senators had just 3 first downs in the first half, all 3 rushing. They are 0 of 5 on 3rd down and 0 for 1 on 4th down. They have 74 total yards of offense with 8 yards passing and 66 yards rushing. They have 3 penalties for 20 yards, and their time possession is 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Individual stats, Brody Hall is 1 for 9 for 8 yards. His lone reception was Braden Adkins for 8 yards. Rest of the ball, pretty simple. Anthony Bishop, 8 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Now let's take a look at the stats for the Northwest Mohawks. Mohawks have 14 first downs. They have 4 passing, 10 rushing. They are 5 of 7 on 3rd down. Haven't gone for it on 4th down yet. 329 yards of offense, Chuck.
Woo-hoo.
So 329 to 74 at the half is pretty good.
Yep.
129 yards passing and 200 yards rushing. That's balance right there. They have 1 penalty for 11 yards, and their time possession 18 minutes and 25 seconds. So you have 18:25 to 5:29. That's a big difference.
Wow.
Individual stats for Mohawks. Jake Brown is on fire. 6 of 7 passing for 129 yards and 3 touchdowns. His receiving targets are Ryan Ellis, 2 catches, 38 yards and a touchdown. Carson Christian, 4 for 91 and 2 touchdowns. Rushing the ball for the Mohawks, you have Ethan Ferguson, 6 carries, 18 yards. Jake Brown, 12 for 52 and a touchdown. And Carson Christian, 12 carries, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Now, Chuck, let's get into a very important stat, the turnovers.
The turnover report is a service of the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Isn't it time you turned your insurance needs over to Barrett Murphy? Give Dan Cassidy a call at 740-353-3121.
And there's only been 1 turnover so far in the ball game, and that turnover was by the West Senators. They turned the ball over and on a fumble, and it was recovered by the Mohawks.
Thank you, Matt, for those first half stats. 33-7 is our halftime score. You've been listening to the My Own Bible halftime show, brought to you by Calvary Baptist Church at 2306 Waller Street in Portsmouth, Ohio. We'll step away for 2 minutes and be back for the second half kickoff between the Mohawks and the Senators on Mix 99.3.
A remodel can be exciting like a walk down the red carpet, or it can be exciting like a stroll over hot coals. If you're going to do a remodel, do it right. Consult with a Waypoint Living Spaces dealer designer. They will work with you to determine your style and deliver exactly what you had in mind. On time, on budget, easy.
Tri-State Kitchens at 8516 Ohio River Road, Wheelersburg is your local Waypoint dealer. Phone 740-574-2802. Since 1964, Little Septic Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little Septic Service.
SOMC is proud to introduce the redesigned practice of the SOMC Orthopedic Associates. The improvements integrate surgery, physical and rehabilitation, and podiatry into a single comprehensive office. These key specialties work together to deliver coordinated, patient-centered care. By streamlining services, SOMC aims to (0356-1700).
Route 52, just west of town. There's a little place where the word gets around. Quality heating and air's got your back. For sales and service, they're right on track. I see out in Portsmouth, they're the name to trust. When the air goes down, they'll lift you up.
Call Quality Heating and Air at 740-858-4363.
33-7, Northwest leads the West Senators. We are set for the second half in McDermott. Christian Carrasco of the Senators will boot the ball away. It's a low kick that is fielded at the 15-yard line by Christian, but his knee was on the ground when he fielded the ball. Still, that was a nice job by Christian to not allow that ball to get past him because it was on a line. But this Mohawk drive will begin back at the Northwest 15-yard line. That second half kickoff, just as the opening kickoff, was presented by Harris Floor Covering at 610 9th Street in Portsmouth, as well as Harris Outdoors at 616 9th Street in Portsmouth. Harris Floor Covering is the area's leading floor covering contractor that has everything for all of your floor covering needs. Phone Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 and visit Harris Outdoors for firearms and hunting equipment. Over 18 minutes of time of possession for Northwest in that first half to 5 and change for the West Senators. We said that would be one of the biggest keys, and the Mohawks have done exactly what they have needed to do. Here is Jake Brown running, trying to turn the corner right side, and he will. He'll take the ball out across the 20-yard line to the 24, and it didn't look like he was going to get maybe just 3 or 4 yards, and he winds up with a 9-yard pickup to bring up 2nd down and 1. He did some nifty running there at the tail end of that run, a little dodging and ducking to go along with the power to get out to the 24-yard line. Ball will be placed down on the right hash mark.
Jake Brown he's just so physical, and the senior just wants to win ball games. You can just tell he just has that extra motor, extra gear. When the lights come on, he will take over.
He's physical. Ethan Ferguson is physical, and obviously Carson Christian, who has scored 3 touchdowns tonight, is very physical. Here's Brown going to swing it left side. This pass is caught by Smith, and Smith might not have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the West defense sniffing that one out. This is going to go for a loss of 1. It will be 3rd down and a short 2. So we go from the right hash mark where the last snap took place to the left hash mark where this 3rd down snap will take place. 5 wide, a designed quarterback run. Brown's going to have the first down and then some as he fights his way out to the 30-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play and a fresh set of downs for the Mohawks. When you see Northwest line up in a 5 wide, chances are it's going to be a quarterback draw of some sort. That one really wasn't a quarterback draw. It was more of a quarterback off-tackle play, and he found some room on the edge right side. 6 yards to move the sticks, but we saw Northwest use that exact same formation on a 4th and goal from the 3 play back in the second quarter, which enabled Brown to go in for a score.
By the way, Chuck, Northwest had 6 drives in the first half. Just 6. Scored on 5 of those 6.
That's impressive. That is impressive. 4 wide. Brown looking to throw. He's going to pull it down and go. Another positive gainer for quarterback Jake Brown, who takes the ball out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 5. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5. And, boy, it's interesting to see what Coach Bill Crabtree is doing here. The Mohawks are acting as if they're going to throw. That's been the case almost every single play here on this drive to start the second half. But every play with the exception of one swing pass that went for -1 has turned out being a Jake Brown run. I don't know if that's by design, if Coach Crabtree is saying just drop back and act like you're going to pass it, then take off running, or if it's just a quick read, nobody open, and he decides to call his own number. But whatever the rationale is or the thought process, it's working thanks to the legs of Jake Brown. We've got whistle sounding before the ball is snapped.
I think we had a little bit of a movement just before it got snapped. They were going to do that little pop pass.
Ball start. That'll back Northwest up 5. That'll take the ball back to the 30.5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and nearly 10.
It's been a clean game for Northwest. That's only their 2nd penalty of the night. Really, both teams not very penalized.
Yeah.
3 for 30, I think, and 2 for 21.
And, I'm probably a hard grader when it comes to that, Matt, but we're in week 8. There shouldn't be nobody should be penalized that much at this point.
No.
Occasionally things happen just with the effort that you put forth, but there shouldn't be mental errors. Jake Brown fakes a handoff, nearly broke a tackle, but is able to stretch out to the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 3, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Bo wrote big tackle there. Otherwise, probably Brown may have gotten that first down.
Yeah, I think so. Roten was certainly holding on for dear life. A big 3rd down coming up here, and this might be bigger for the West Senators than the Northwest Mohawks. If Northwest converts, they're going to milk another couple minutes off the clock more than likely. If West is going to even consider mounting a comeback, trailing by 26 here at the 8:40 mark of the 3rd, they've got to get the ball back first and foremost. Brown drops back to pass, steps up. He's going to have the first down. Again, the Northwest quarterback delivers a 1st down scramble, advancing the football out to near the 42-yard line, gain of 7. Northwest keeps possession, and that clock continues to roll.
He's single-handedly just holding on to this game right now.
And in the first half, it was a big dosage of Carson Christian. And Jake Brown has been the man here on this drive especially. We've not seen a lot of Ethan Ferguson tonight, but remember, he's still around there too, and he's capable of carrying the load at any point in time. That unbalanced pistol formation again for the Mohawks, and the give goes to Christian, and he pushes the pile forward over on the left side, and he moves the pile out to the 45-yard line. He was hit around the line of scrimmage, but kept the legs churning and winds up with nearly a 3-yard pickup here. It'll be second down and a long 7. And boy, look at that clock, Matt. Down to 7:42 and rolling.
22 minutes and 20 seconds right now to 5:36.
Even if West would force Northwest into a fourth down punting situation here, the Mohawks would have milked half of this quarter away on this opening drive of the second half. A receiver to the left. The deep back is Christian. Right up the middle goes Christian. Hit hard and driven back. His forward progress will give him a gain of 2, almost 3, out to the 48-yard line. We'll call it 3. It's going to be third down and 4 coming up for the Mohawks. And this has got a Jake Brown drop back, tuck and go look to it if I've ever seen one.
It's pretty wild. You can kind of see it coming now.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. You can't not guard a receiver when
got on him.
You got on because, I mean, he's 7 of 8 for 128 yards.
He's connected with Christian Carver. Carson Christian. I know a Christian Carver, and I've been trying to change Christian's name.
Wow, there we go.
Big hit right there. Jake Brown unable to get away. He gets the ball out to the 46-yard line, gain of 1, but man, did he take a big pop.
Tilton Rapp and Austin Ramsey and Christian Carrasco.
One of the Senators lost his helmet on that play.
I think that was Austin Ramsey.
And it is Ramsey, yep. So the 6'3", 230-pound junior will have to exit the field for this next play. So it's fourth down and 7, and Aiden Armbruster is going to line up in punt formation. Northwest has managed to make half of this third period evaporate, though, or close to it. Snap is on target. Ooh, Christian Carrasco got back there, but Armbruster is able to get the boot away, and this punt is going to take a very good Northwest bounce, and it will roll down to the 11-yard line. Nice boot.
That's a heck of a boot right
44
there.
yards on that punt. And it's going to be first and 10 for the Senators, who trail 33-7 with 5:59 left to play in this third quarter. And boy, I would have to think, Matt, that if West is able to score on this drive from here on out, the Senators have to be thinking onside kick. Yeah, because if Northwest gets possession of the football, the Mohawks are going to keep it forever and a day. And West has got a lot of ground to make up.
But here's the thing. You got to find something that works right now. And right now, West is basically, I think this second half adjustment is what's going to be interesting to see what they come out with here.
The Senators had luck with Bishop running early on, but then that kind of went away. Here's Bishop taking the pitch right side, cuts it back up inside, and gets the ball out to around the 15, maybe the 16-yard line, depending on the final spot. Going to give him 5. It'll be second down and 5, and the ball will be spotted at the 15.5. And right now, I think West just has to get some positive yardage, get a little bit of confidence build up, and maybe if you can get something going with those Bishop runs, it might set up something over the top. But down by so much. West has got to go now. It's a jet sweep to Atkins. Atkins is going to be hit and dropped at the 20-yard line, and making that tackle for Northwest is Caden Kazee. Gain of 4. It'll be second down. Check that, third down and 1. All at the 19-yard line. 5 minutes left to go in this third period. 33-7, Northwest leads West. The Mohawks are looking for their first win over the Senators since 1999. I formation with a receiver to the right, and we've got movement by that aforementioned receiver, and that'll back the Senators up 5. Certainly didn't need that.
Nope.
Well, we talked about West entering this game ranked 8th in this week's Ohio High School Athletic Association computer points. Top 12 qualify for the playoffs. West is in Division 6, Region 24. This loss will certainly hurt the Senators if this score holds up. If West does suffer defeat here tonight and drop to 4-4, not going to help their chances out too much, and will certainly hurt West as far as hopes of hosting a first-round matchup. Northwest not in the top 16 in Division 5 Region 19, but a win tonight might just get them up there in the top 12. Here's a pitch right side. A flag, I believe, went flying in the backfield. Yep. So a gain of about 2 on the run. That was a pitch right side. And the penalty is going to be a hold on the Senators. Will Coach Crabtree take the play and bring up 4th down? He will. Penalty declined. It's 4th down and 4. It looks like the West punting team is coming out onto the field with 4.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter.
I tell you what, they've been trying to run that side, and there's one giant number 77 just wreaking havoc on that side.
That giant number 77 has certainly been a difference maker this evening, as he has been in most games for Northwest the last 2 years. Snap is on target. Carrasco lays into it, high punt, and at the last moment, Christian decided to get away from it, and the ball will roll out of bounds around the 40-yard line. So with 4:08 remaining in this third period, the Northwest offense will retake the field, up 33-7.
So West finally got the stop they needed, but it's going to get the other end going.
Yeah.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 39.
We've been talking about the Northwest offense so much, deservedly so, with the yardage they've put up and the time of possession, how the Mohawks have dominated in that regard. But don't forget about this Northwest defense, only surrendering 7 points to a West offense that hung up over 30 in the win at Valley last week. They wound up with 44. There was a special teams kickoff return for a touchdown there, and of course all the extra points. But this West offense has been really good for most of the season, but tonight the Senators have just run into a Mohawk defensive buzzsaw. 5 wide for Northwest, a design quarterback run. Brown has room left side. He takes off down the far sideline and goes out of bounds, but not before he gets inside of the Senator 40 to the 39-yard line. He'll take it.
20 yards.
This night just has that feel that
22.
It belongs to the Mohawks. We've still, again, got a lot of football left to play. 16 minutes to be exact. 4 minutes here in the third quarter and then the entire fourth. But Northwest is just on it this evening. Sometimes it just all comes together. And, boy, if your team manages to enjoy one of those evenings, it's a beautiful sight. When you're on the opposite sideline, though, the West folks have to be scratching their head and shaking their head a little bit, wondering what in the world is going on tonight. Here's Jake Brown, swing pass to Christian, near side. He cuts back, tries to reverse course, and takes the ball down inside of the 35-yard line to the 34. Gain of 5 on the play. Got to bring up second down and 5. A long 5.
I mean, he made that out of nothing.
Yep. Caught the ball right around the line of scrimmage, and there were defenders all around him, but he managed to wiggle his way forward for a positive pickup. Here's Brown. Quarterback run with lead blockers in front of him. That was a quarterback trap, but West defended that rather well as Brown is brought down at the 32-yard line.
Still positive yards.
About 3, close to. That'll set up 3rd down and 3 for the Mohawks as the clock approaches the 3-minute mark here in the third period. Be sure and hang with us after the game for the Minford Telephone, Minford TV, Falcon One Internet post-game show. We'll name our award winners, check the final stats, and share scores from other contests taking place around the area tonight on this week number 8 of high school football. Smith is split wide to the left. An unbalanced pistol formation. The give goes to the deep back, Christian, and he is hit around the 30 and battles his way forward to the 26-yard line. First down carry for Northwest, and some more yards after contact for Carson Christian. Another hard run for the 6'2", 185-pound sophomore.
You know what's been really popular in town today?
What's that?
Well, this week. Been a lot of road graders. They've been chopping up the city streets and everything. There's some road graders out here in Northwest.
That's for sure.
They are just mowing people over.
Yep. One of them wearing number 2.
Well, not just that. That whole offensive line is just...
That's very true.
You just put that there, and then you got the other one coming in behind.
Brown wanting to throw, and nothing there, and he wisely tosses the ball out of bounds. That was a very smart play there by the senior quarterback. to talk a little bit more in detail about this Northwest offensive line. It's a massive unit. The center is Thatcher Webb. He's 6'4", 300 pounds, and a senior. The left guard is Carter Lute. He's 5'11", 260 pounds. He, too, is a senior. The right guard is Jackson Powell, who is a 6'4", 280-pound senior. And the tackles are Dominic Stone, who is 5'10", 230, and a senior, and Aiden Armbruster, a 6'3", 280-pound junior. Here's a give up the middle. This looks to be Ferguson, and he won't get much. He ran into a wall of Senator defenders there at the 26-yard line, maybe about a half yard. It'll be 3rd and 9, we'll call it. That was one of the best defensive efforts we've seen out of the West defensive front for a while. Ramsey, Carrasco. Nice job by that unit. Also there in the middle of that defense, Carson Carver. Coming up on 90 seconds left in the third period. 33-7 is the score. Northwest leads by 26. Here's the unbalanced pistol formation again. Fake to the left halfback, and Brown, it almost looked like that was meant to be an option, but the West defense was all over it so quickly it never developed. The pitch man.
Yeah, Pistol blew up that pitch man.
Yeah, that was Carson Christian. And Brown has to keep it. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. No gain on the play. It's 4th down and 9. The Northwest offense is going to come to the sideline, and it looks like a long field goal is going to be attempted. Will that be the case, or will this be some sort of razzle-dazzle, a fake? Wesson Lang is out there. He's the kicker, a 6'1", 155-pound junior. Holding is Nate Fry. If this is truly attempted, it's going to be a 42-yard field goal try. In the middle of the field is where the ball will be spotted. The spot is down. The kick is up. It's on its way, and it is good!
Wow!
Wow! From 42 yards out, Wesson Lang knocks it through to make it 36-7 Mohawks. Timeout on the field. We're back in 60 seconds on Mix 99.3.
Linford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Linford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice.
At the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, they're proud to cheer for the home team, and even more proud to have you on their team. Whether you need insurance for your home, car, or business, they have your back. And because the local community is so important to them, they'll be right there with you, cheering for your team. Contact the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency today for more information about a policy from Encova Insurance. Visit the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Online at barrettmurphin.com.
Wesson Lang of Northwest, who just booted a 42-yard field goal, will kick the ball away. It's fielded at the 9-yard line by Braden Atkins, who brings the ball from the far side of the field to the left. Now cuts back to his right and has room on the far side. Atkins across the 50 into Northwest territory. Hit by the kicker Lang. He maintains his balance, and Atkins will get all the way back to the 40-yard line of the Mohawks. A return of 51 yards. That was quite an electrifying run, and probably one of the best plays that West has had on this evening, other than maybe the 44-yard run by Bishop back in the first half, which set up West's lone touchdown of the game. But on this evening, it is certainly all Northwest to this point, as the Mohawks lead 36-7 with 16 seconds left in the third quarter. There has been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Atkins motions to the left. Hall wants to throw, slings the ball down the far sideline over the head of Micah Barnes, incomplete. Jake Brown with good coverage on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 10 with 10 seconds left in this third period. Matt, while we have a moment, let's check the scoring recap. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in both Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, give Nancy and her staff a call at 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Chuck, that drive was a 8-play, 36-yard drive, 3:14 came clock, and it was a 42-yard field goal at Wesson Lane. 36-7.
Bishop right up the middle, spins away from one would-be tackler and takes it to the house. No flags are down. Jeffrey Bishop races right up the gut for a 40-yard touchdown, his second score of the evening, and that makes it 36-13. And boy, you kind of wonder if you're a West supporter, where has that been all evening? Bishop with that run, probably right around 100 for the night, I would assume.
He's over 100. 111 carries, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
So now the extra point to come or the 2-point conversion. It looks like the offensive unit will stay out there. There's been a change in the score again, and changes happen quickly, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. The ball will be snapped from the left hash mark. 4 wide, 2 receivers each direction. Atkins motions to the right. Hull takes a snap out of the gun, rolls to his right, looking into the end zone. Pressure coming, and he will be sacked back at the 13-yard line. That is Landon Hodge, who had a big hit on a special teams play earlier in the game. He's a 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. 2-point conversion, no good. Score stays at 36-13. We've got 1 second left in the third quarter. Kickoff coming up here in 60 seconds on Mix 99.3.
Counseling Center is the region's leader in youth and adolescent counseling and play therapy services. He's a large role in substance abuse prevention services for area youth, providing more than 4,000 prevention services for area school-age children each year. In operation since 1981, the Counseling Center is the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse prevention and recovery to mental health counseling, primary care, vocational development, and job placement services. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org. High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner family of dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies.
An onside kick attempted just seconds ago by the West Senators, and to no avail, as falling up on the ball for Northwest is Dominic Stone on the hands team. He recovers at the 48-yard line, and that winds up being the final play of the third quarter. West just scored moments ago, but the Mohawks still with a big lead of 23 points. 36-13 is your score. Northwest through 3. Timeout on the field. We're back in 60 seconds to start the fourth period on Mix 99.3.
At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you, with locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
We at Swick Bentley Funeral Home want to help you celebrate the life that inspired you. Whether you have lost a loved one or want to pre-plan your own services, we are here to help. We can help you plan traditional burial or a cremation service, and our staff will work to ease the burden a loss leaves. We may be reached by phone at 740-456-4133 or email at info@bentleyfh.com. And to all our local athletes, play hard and stay safe.
To the fourth quarter we go at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott. Northwest leads West 36-13. It was going to be 1st and 10 Northwest at the 48-yard line, but there looked to be an illegal substitution right before Northwest snapped the ball to begin the fourth period. So a 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15 back at the 43-yard line. And on first down, Northwest goes to the ground and pound, and there's a 4-yard pickup on the right side.
Nice run there by Jake Brown. You want to pick up that
scoring recap by West? Yeah, it didn't take very long, did it?
No,
courtesy of Mr. Bishop. The scoring recap by West in the waning moments of the third period. A service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, call 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com right after this second down play for Northwest. It's a push pass as Brown pushes the ball ahead to, I believe that is Christian. Yep, and he's going to be hit right around the line of scrimmage and driven back Tilton Rapp and Bo Roten leading the charge. Actually a loss of 1 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 with the ball resting back at the Mohawks' own 46-yard line. Now, Matt, that Senator scoring recap, please.
That scoring recap was a 2-play, 12-second drive, capped off by a touchdown run from Anthony Bishop from 40 yards out. Extra point, or the 2-point conversion was no good. Now we sit 36-13.
So it's a 3-possession game right now, 36-13. A 23-point deficit is what the Senators are staring at. Big 3rd down and 12 coming up here. The West defense needs to come away with the stop to get the ball back. Brown out of the gun, steps him in the pocket, runs into Ramsey, and Ramsey will drop him after a gain of 2. He was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to be 4th down and 10 coming up. Nice play by Austin Ramsey, the 6'1", 230-pound junior. So we will see the Northwest punting unit come onto the field. And crazier things have happened, Matt. Crazier things have happened.
Crazier things happen. Jake Brown now, 23 carries, 113 yards rushing.
Wow. What a game.
Big night for him. So Armbruster will head back.
He awaits the snap back at his own 36-yard line. It is on target. West brought pressure, but Armbruster's able to get it away, and this punt will be fielded at the 15-yard line. This is Bishop. Bishop with some room left side. He takes the ball out to the 30-yard line, 15 yards on the run back, and that's where this Senator drive will begin. On the stop for Northwest was Austin Smith, 5'10", 155-pound senior. So with 9:40 left, the Senators find themselves trailing at Northwest by 23 points. Both teams with a full allotment of timeouts. The last time West had the ball, the Senators scored very quickly, courtesy of a 40-yard run from Jeffrey Bishop.
They're going to mark that 31, aren't they?
Anthony Bishop, I beg your pardon. Jeffrey was his older brother. And yes, to answer your question, Matt, it'll be the 31-yard line. Pistol formation. Hall takes a snap, rolls to his right, fires on the run, pass caught near sideline. This is Atkins, and he goes out of bounds at the 40. Just a yard shy of the first down. Pickup of 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
That's kind of something I was used to seeing last week. A lot of nice rollouts, getting the ball out in open space, nice throw, nice dunk catch.
Well, if the Senators can drive down the field and score quickly here, get a touchdown and maybe a 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden it could be game on. The Northwest defense has been absolutely stellar for the most part this entire game. They've given up 2 big plays. Atkins goes in motion to the far side, which is his left. Hall looks to throw, fires down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete, and then a flag goes flying.
And that's where pass interference, but it's on the offense or defense.
The intended receiver was Gunnar Schockweiler, and he was being guarded by Austin Smith, and let's see which way this goes.
Pass interference, defense.
Ooh. I think you can hear the crowd in the background here, the Northwest faithful, what they think of that.
Not going to lie, there was a little bit of a hold.
It almost looked like Gunnar Schockweiler was more the defender in that instance, even though Schockweiler was the offensive player trying to prevent Austin Smith from intercepting the pass. So it is a 15-yard penalty in high school football, not an automatic first down, but because it was 2nd and 1, it becomes a first down. And the penalty takes the ball to the Northwest side of the 50, and West will snap this football from the plus 45. Right hash mark, 2 receivers to the left. Hall takes a snap out of the gun, rolls that way, being pressured by Armbruster. Pass is too tall for Schockweiler, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
By the way, Aiden Armbruster is just phenomenal.
He really is.
They did a complete rollout because the play before, the right tackle kind of got beat a little bit. And they just said, no, let's see you chase after our quarterback. He about ran down Brody Hall.
I think if I'm the West offensive coordinator, I'm looking to see where number 77, Aiden Armbruster, is lined up, and I'm having my quarterback roll the other way.
Or I'm running the other way. Whatever happens, going away from 77 would probably be a good idea.
Probably the best idea, yep.
And he's only a junior, Chuck.
2 receivers to the left, a wing and a wide out to the right. Hall in the gun with Bishop lined up to his left. Hall's going to sling it down the far sideline, and this pass is picked off by Jake Brown. He makes the over-the-shoulder interception at the 13, and now begins his run back and will be tackled at the 22-yard line by Braden Atkins. 9 yards on the interception return. It is Northwest football with 9:08 remaining in the ball game, with the Mohawks up 36-13. And for a moment, it looked like the Senators had some life, but the life support might be expiring after that.
Yeah.
1st and 10 going the other way. West still has all of its timeouts, but it is a 3-possession game. If you're the Northwest Mohawks, the primary concern is taking care of the football. The last thing you want to do here is cough it up. The unbalanced pistol once again for the Mohawks with the receiver to the left. The give goes up the middle. This looks to be Christian, and he's not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. The West D has really stiffened up against the run, especially in between the tackles. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. But that clock is the biggest story right now, and score, obviously.
And that clock, by the way, Chuck, 30 minutes and 8 seconds times less than 2. 8 minutes and 42 seconds.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. I mean, everybody knew that was what was going to be the recipe for a Mohawk victory tonight, and Northwest has executed its game plan to absolute perfection. To credit the Northwest kids and Coach Bill Crabtree. Brown, 5 wide, designed quarterback run, has some room up the middle, and Brown takes the ball out across the 25-yard line to the 29. Gain of 8 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down. Coming up on 8 minutes to play in the contest. 3rd down and 3. Jake Brown has been so good in this second half, throughout the entire game, really. And Carson Christian, he's had an amazing game as well. When we give our awards away in the postgame, there might be some paper, rock, scissors, or coin flipping going on.
Yeah, we may have to get into some heated arguments, Chuck.
Shared custody of the Roger Gray and Jim Snuffy Smith Call Your Company's Player of the Game t-shirt. There's some worthy candidates out there for sure.
Pass.
Little push pass goes to Christian, and he's going to have the 1st down. After taking the pass, he surges up the middle in between the tackles and takes the ball out across the 35-yard line to the 36.
Well, I will say this.
What's that?
The proverbial monkey on the back is no longer, I think, will be a thing.
Unreal. 1999, the last time that the Northwest Mohawks defeated the West Senators. Boy, this is such a good thing for these Northwest Mohawks. There's, I think, some uncertainty among all of us as to where things are going to go in the SOC with the addition of Portsmouth. Will there be 3 divisions? Is that going to happen, or are they going to stick with 2? And where will Northwest fall in all that? It's going to be interesting to see how that all unfolds here over the next couple of years. Here's a give to Ethan Ferguson, and he'll fight forward for a couple of yards. Took a pretty big hit over there, but he gets 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 8 with the ball resting at the 38-yard line.
I mean, it's going to come down to some interesting conversations being had with ADs between really small schools versus really big schools. And
then you have the people in between, which is primarily Northwest and Oak Hill as far as the SOC is concerned. And Northwest is in the middle division of all sports that have 3 divisions,
so
which is baseball, softball, boys and girls basketball.
You have like Sims and Eastern in there and Western, but Sims and Eastern are in SOC 1 and South Gallia.
Yep. So it's going to be a drastic revamp of football divisions if the SOC ever would go to 3 divisions. Here's Brown finding some room right side, and he gets to the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Luckily for the Mohawks, he did not go out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. He was very close to that sideline over there.
Yep. Notre Dame scores, as we were talking about small schools, 42-7. Eastern looks like they're going to run it to 30-game win streak in conference play.
Wow. That's impressive. Now, in the schools where there are 3 divisions, Northwest, as mentioned, is in the middle division, and they're the only Scioto County school in the middle divisions. You think all the 3-division SOC sports, you've got Western Pike, you've got Eastern Pike, I do believe, Sims Valley, South Gallia, and Northwest.
Yeah.
We've got a timeout taken by the Mohawks. Northwest ran the play clock down before taking that TO wisely, and the timeout occurs with 5:14 remaining in the game. Mohawks up on West, 36-13. We're back in 60 seconds on Mix 99.3.
Are hot at Valerie Ford. Over 100 vehicles in stock and ready to roll. Get lifetime powertrain coverage. Take advantage of low financing rates and no payments for 90 days. Why wait? All roads lead to Valerie Ford because you deserve the deal that goes the distance. But don't blink. These offers won't last. Now is the time. The car, the overage, the savings. It's all waiting for you at Valerie Ford in Waverly. Or visit online at ValerieFord.com.
Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical.
Double handoff, reverse. Northwest starting off play after the timeout with a little razzle-dazzle, and Christian, he is going to take the ball into West territory before being brought down at the 47-yard line, and that moves the sticks. That was a 3rd down and 6 play, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And a nice play it was, executed to perfection by the Mohawks. The double handoff.
Gain of 13. That puts Christian over 154 yards on 17 carries. He's averaging 9.05 a carry.
What a night. What a night.
Jake Brown's averaging 4.88 a carry.
Ball near the left hash mark. Brown is going to give the ball up the middle to Ferguson, and Ferguson hit hard right around the line of scrimmage and driven back. Forward progress, no gain.
Bo Roten with a big hit there.
Yep. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for the West Senators. I think a lot of people around the whole area thought that they had turned the corner, entering this game having won 3 straight with perhaps their best showing of the season last week in a 44-20 win at Valley, which had just 1 loss at the time. But tonight, it has been all Mohawks.
Thanks to see. I know they got the big one coming in 2 weeks.
Here's Jake Brown on the carry, and he'll lunge forward for maybe a yard. Holding on for dear life was Carson Carver. We're actually going to say no gain on the play, so it will be 3rd down and 10.
So West is tightening up, especially in between the tackles. But got to get them off field on 3rd down. And we are now 3:25 to go in this ball game. And it has been Mohawk dominance with time of possession.
Mohawk Mania has run amok tonight at Roy Rogers Field, that's for sure. 3rd down and almost 10 as we approach the 3-minute mark. Ball on the left hash mark. Brown in the gun, drops back, steps up in the pocket, and he is going to go out of bounds near the 35-yard line. And let's see where they spot it. That's going to be good enough for a 1st down. They'll give him the 36. A 3rd and 10 conversion, gain of 11. What a nice play by Jake Brown.
Is there a flag?
Don't see one. All is good. We play on. Can't fault that play. I'm sure in a perfect world, Brown might have been able to have stayed in bounds, but he was trying to get the 1st down there. He was going for the stick, so his momentum carried him out of bounds. Ball on the left hash mark. Orion Ellis, who caught a touchdown earlier in the game, he's lined up to the right. Austin Smith wide to the left. Push pass to Christian. He turns up the middle and is brought down a yard shy of the 30. He gets to the 31. That's good for a gain of 5.
Not a bad little play there. That's been there all night.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And Christian does a great job as soon as he makes that reception of the push pass. He quickly gets upfield and turns it into good yardage, and you can credit that big offensive line for clearing a path. Be sure and tune in to the Saturday Morning Sports Line tomorrow on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM to hear from Scioto County's high school football coaches. That gets underway at 9 o'clock And we will have an abbreviated program tomorrow, as at 10:30 we'll make way for the Ohio State Radio Network as the top-ranked Buckeyes will take on number 17 Illinois at noon. Here is Carver. And Carver is wisely able to get down before going out of bounds around the 22-yard line. Nice play. Smart play.
Gain of 9.
That will give the Mohawks another first down. What a job by Northwest playing keep away here tonight, especially on this drive. That's been the theme of the whole game, really.
It's going to be an interesting conversation tomorrow on the Sports Line, I believe.
Sure is, and this is going to be a fun night for Northwest. What an evening here at Roy Rogers Field for these Mohawks on senior night.
It started wild, too. Remember the start of this game? We had fumbled snap.
A bobbled onside kick. Here's a direct snap up the middle to, I believe, Dominic Stone, who was lined up as the fullback / H-back, and he will lumber his way down inside the Quality Heating and Air red zone. How about that little nifty play by the Mohawks? Dominic Stone, the 5'10", 230-pound senior, getting the carry and going for 4 yards.
Big boy getting some touches. Gotta love it.
To wrap your head around this, 1999 might not sound all that long ago for us, 26 years ago, but you realize none of these kids on this Northwest team were even a thought 26 years ago. I mean, there's probably many instances where their parents didn't even know each other 26 years ago. Pistol formation, and Jake Brown will take the snap and drop to a knee. One more time, Northwest will have to do that, and it will be bowl game and go official. Will they even have to do it one more time?
No, they don't have to.
Game clock and play clock are synced up. That's it. Let the party begin. Prince said party like it's 1999. That was the last time that the Northwest Mohawks defeated the West Senators. This one's going final. The arms go up from the Northwest players. They are being saluted by their fans. What a big, big win for Coach Bill Crabtree and this program. And boy, the Mohawks have enjoyed some big victories under the tutelage of Coach Crabtree. Thinking back just a few years back, defeating the Portsmouth Trojans out here in a playoff game. Tonight, another longtime nemesis has been stricken from the to-do list. Northwest has finally defeated the West Senators. First time in 26 years. It's a final. 36-13. The Mohawks get the win. Stick with us. Post-game coverage coming your way after this 4-minute timeout on Mix 99.3.
The best to all local teams and proudly commends the hard work put forth by our local high school athletes. Halls Napa is Scioto County's oldest running, family-owned Napa Auto Parts store, and the folks at Halls appreciate all of their loyal customers. Halls Napa carries auto parts and fluids, Milwaukee power tools, wipers, batteries, jump boxes, and more. Visit Halls Napa Auto Parts at 11774 Gallia Pike Road in Wheelersburg, and be sure to check out Halls Napa on Facebook.
At People's Bank, our team of local, trust, and wealth management professionals can help you achieve your financial goals. We offer comprehensive services including investment management, retirement planning, estate planning, trust administration, and more. Our customized strategies are designed to grow and preserve your wealth while minimizing risk. Let People's Bank put our decades of expertise to work for you. Call me, Elise Dye, or one of our other trust and wealth management professionals today to schedule your free consultation. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Monroe's Frame and Collision and now Wheel Alignment knows that good luck on the field can sometimes turn into bad luck in the parking lot. Well, if that happens to you, just know that Monroe's Frame and Collision is there from big bangs to little dings and have been doing it for 30 years. Monroe's commitment to you, the customer, is evident when you speak with any one of the Monroe's technicians or staff. Monroe's makes you feel as comfortable as possible and are always readily available and happy to answer any of all questions and your inquiries. Monroe's Frame Collision and now Wheel Alignment.
Tonight's game on Mix 99.3 is presented in part by these following sponsors: AJ's Auto Sales, Suburban Transmission, and Giovanni's at the Depot and Brown Forest Products. Be listening to high school sports all season long on Mix 99.3 or by listening on the Local Happenings app.
Hi, I'm Gary Duzan of Portsmouth Insurance, a TAH benefits partner.
And I'm Jay Hazelbaker, president of TAH Benefits.
Portsmouth Insurance specializes in helping local business owners with their employee benefits.
We understand that operating a business can be stressful. Let us alleviate at least one of those worries for you. Portsmouth Insurance understands the health insurance marketplace, and our commitment to service and knowledge of both the personal and business insurance markets can give you peace of mind.
For assistance with all of your employee benefit needs, call us at Portsmouth Insurance, 740-353-4105.
The Carpenters Local Union for seeking apprentices and journeyman carpenters. Your pay is based on your experience, but you'll start out earning a good living wage with health care and pension. The Carpenters Union takes an earn-as-you-learn approach to their apprenticeship, ensuring you earn a good living wage with benefits for your family right from the start. And every apprentice will graduate with an associate degree. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Tramp Bucket at Carpenters Local 437. Phone 740-354-7518. On the Esplanade Laser Center and Medical Spa in Portsmouth knows that looking better makes you feel better. On the Esplanade offers body contouring, numerous skin services such as microneedling and chemical pills, as well as Botox and Juvederm injections. Plus, On the Esplanade has Obagi skincare products, among others. Let On the Esplanade Laser Center and Medical Spa help you look your best. Visit On the Esplanade, 813 Gallia Street, Portsmouth, and follow On the Esplanade on Facebook. Visit your local groceries, the Minford IGA and Westside IGA, as well as Westside Hardware. At the Minford and Westside IGAs, you'll find full-service delis with fresh-cut Angus beef and daily lunch specials. The Westside IGA offers up an incredible 18-inch pizza special, which provides a 2-topping 18-inch pizza, a bag of chips, and a 2-liter, all for just $19.99. Right beside the Westside IGA is Westside Hardware. They've got all kinds of tools and fasteners, as well as an extensive amount of items pertaining to automotive, carpentry, plumbing, and heating and air. The Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware open 7 days a week.
It's time for the Minford Telephone Minford TV postgame show. Now let's go back to our game site for the wrap-up of tonight's game.
What an evening in McDermott. The Northwest Mohawks, an historic win tonight, knocking off the West Senators for the first time since 1999, 36-13, the final score. I'm Chuck Greenslate, along with Matt Payton, welcoming you to the Minford Telephone Company post-game show. For over 100 years, the Minford Telephone Company has proudly served the area with its communications needs. Today, the Minford Telephone Company provides fiber-fast internet, TV, and telephone service on the area's only locally owned fiber optic network. Call the Minford Telephone Company at 740-820-2151 and talk to a real live and local person, or visit their website at falcon1.net for more information. 36-13, the Mohawks get the victory this evening. Be sure and tune in to the Saturday Morning Sports Line tomorrow on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM. That gets underway at 9 o'clock. That program gives you the opportunity to hear from Scioto County's high school football coaches. That'll be somewhat of an abbreviated show tomorrow. We'll be on from 9 until 10:30, and then we'll make way for the Ohio State Radio Network to take over, as they will take you up to the kickoff tomorrow in Champaign, Illinois, for the noon kickoff between the top-ranked Buckeyes and the 17th-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. Coming up, we will be naming our award winners, plus we will be checking scores from other games from around the area. We'll check stats and all that fun stuff as the Minford Telephone Company postgame show rolls along. Again, your final score tonight, Northwest, a winner over West by the final of 36-13. Northwest improves to 5-3 with the victory, 2-2 in Southern Ohio Conference Division II play. Looking at Northwest's remaining 2 regular season games, this was the last home game. The Mohawks will visit Waverly next week and wrap up in week number 10 with a visit to Oak Hill. The West Senators fall to 4-4 overall, 3-1 within the Southern Ohio Conference Division II. West will return home next Friday to host the Oak Hill Oaks, and then we'll wrap up with the annual Halloween Bowl at Wheelersburg. Stay with us. We're back in 4 minutes on Mix 99.3.
Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice.
Hello, this is Megan Martin, Banking Center Manager at First State Bank. At First State Bank, we believe that when we build up our customers, our communities, and each other, we can make a lifelong difference. When you bank with us, you're supporting the local coffee shop down the street, a young couple's first home, and the community you live in. Stop in at our Portsmouth Banking Center or visit our website at fsb4me.com. That's FSB, the number 4me.com. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Rooter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance.
Red or for hot to do carpet or remodel. Do it right. Consult with a Waypoint Living Spaces dealer designer. They will work with you to determine your style and deliver exactly what you had in mind. On time, on budget, easy.
Tri-State Kitchens at 8516 Ohio River Road, Wheelersburg is your local Waypoint dealer. Phone 740-574-2802. The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Glockner, we make it easy.
Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. This is Pastor Ryan Brown from My Own Bible, and Bible Days coming up October 19 and 20. Think of the power of our smartphone in our hand to take a Bible app, text, email, post to social media, the Word of God, and how many lives could be changed. All it takes is just a few people to take a little bit of time, and we can bring the gospel to the world. Join us October 19 and 20, and help us share the Word of God with My Own Bible.
Tilton Rapp is a junior football player from West who is in the industrial maintenance program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Tilton, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC and your program?
I like that you learn all the different trades in it. We're learning carpentry right now and welding senior year, and plumbing I think we'll do this year. Electrical I believe we'll do. All kinds of different stuff.
And what are your plans for after high school?
I want to probably go to college for a couple years, get a business degree, then start a spray foam installation business.
The Scioto County CTC, a proven past for building a better future.
Tonight's game on Mix 99.3 is presented in part by these following sponsors: AJ's Auto Sales, Suburban Transmission, and Giovanni's at the Depot and Brown Forest Products. Be listening to high school sports all season long on Mix 99.3 or by listening on the Local Happenings app.
The Northwest Mohawks pick up a 36-13 win over the West Senators tonight. First victory over West in 26 years. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. This is the Minford Telephone Company postgame show. Let's check some other scores from around the area. We do have a few finals to share with you. The Valley Indians have topped the Oak Hill Oaks this evening, 48-7. Eastern Pike knocks off Notre Dame 42-7. Wheelersburg was a winner over Waverly 37-7. Cold Grove down South Point 44-15. Sims Valley shut out the East High Tartans 47-0. Those are the finals. These games have not gone final. Ironton, last we heard, was leading the Fairland Dragons 70-13. Jackson was up on Washington Courthouse 51-21. South Gallia was ahead of Green 40-6 last count. The Gallia Academy was up on Chesapeake 14-0. Meggs was leading Minford 26-20 the last we heard. And Piketon was up on Adena 27-20. One other final to share. Big win for the Portsmouth Trojans tonight as they take down Rock Hill on the road 48-7. Ginormous win for the Trojans over a Rock Hill team that was 6-1 entering that contest.
Yeah, and they were kind of up for top spot in the OVC, and Portsmouth just kind of put an end to that.
Well, you know, Portsmouth nor Northwest were really in the postseason conversation, but after tonight, I think both of them might have a real shot at it.
I think
because
you're right.
a lot of points were picked up by both, especially Portsmouth, but Northwest certainly did itself a solid tonight in Division 5, Region 19. Again, the playoffs are going to be a little bit different this year, whereas the last few years, the top 16 have qualified, and number 16 has played the 1 seed, number 15 has played the 2 seed, so on and so forth. This year, they're taking the top 12. Top 4 will get a first-round bye, so you will have number 12 playing number 5, number 11 playing number 6, number 10 playing number 7, 8 and 9, and then the top 4 will then host a second-round game, which will be their first game. So it's going to be very, very interesting, and I think it's going to be a good thing, Matt, because you won't have that 16 team making that dreaded trip to some place that, you know, the outcome might not be that good.
You mean tell me a 16 can't beat a 1? Like Marion Local last year didn't get their first-round game because the 16 seed said, I'm not going to go get destroyed by that team.
Yeah, it's tough. I did, however, see a 15 seed beat a 2 a couple years ago with Portsmouth going to Proctorville and defeating Fairland, but it's a rarity. It's a rarity, so I think that'll certainly make those early games a little bit more competitive than maybe what they have been over the last few years. But we'll certainly continue to monitor that. I'm sure Joe Ital, the OHSAA computer points guru, will have something up a little bit later tonight, and then the OHSAA will release the official rankings next week. The Northwest Mohawks winners tonight over the West Senators 36-13. We'll take a timeout, and when we return, we'll run down the stats and name our award winners. This is the Minford Telephone Company postgame show on Mix 99.3.
Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck.
Hi, I'm Nancy Hawk, the owner of Real Estate Gallery. I'm inviting you to contact any of our professional realtors for all of your real estate needs, or visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
Real Estate Gallery, we'll be there every step of the way. Real Estate Gallery.
Visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
The McKinley Funeral Home has built a reputation for service over the years. Folks in this area know that the McKinley Funeral Home is a proud member of the Lucasville community. In your hour of need, you'll find them compassionate and caring, serving families in our area since 1937. That's the McKinley Funeral Home. Call them in your hour of need. The McKinley Funeral Home, Lucasville, since 1937.
If you're considering a paver patio, then check out the new Americana Collection pavers available at Portsmouth Block. Made with Duraden's technology, this collection of premium pavers offer a variety of smooth and textured sizes, styles, and colors unlike anything on the market. They're dramatic, durable, color-rich. You can find the Americana Collection at Portsmouth Block, located at 2700 Gallia Street, Portsmouth. Americana pavers. See the difference. Feel the difference. Designed to be different. High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner Family of Dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies.
KC Printing and Promotionals is teamed with Hometown Radio Sports to help you own some of your team's favorite moments.
What a throw! What a catch! Open for a three. Got it!
Most games heard on WNXT and WZZZ are recorded and archived and can be put onto a sports-friendly, state-of-the-art flash stick available for you to purchase. To inquire about purchasing a game heard on WNXT or WZZZ, call 740-353-1161.
We're at Roy Rogers Field in McDermott, where the Northwest Mohawks have just topped the West Senators 36-13. First win for Northwest over their rivals from West since 1999. We do have a couple other final scores to share with you. The South Gallia Rebels have defeated the Green Bobcats this evening 68-6, and the Gallia Academy has topped Chesapeake 41-0. Let's take a look at where we will be next week. It's time for the Glockner family of dealerships glance toward the future. We know that you sometimes can't make it out to the game, but just as Glockner makes the car buying process easy, the WNXT and WZZZ sports teams makes listening to high school sports easy. When buying a vehicles in your future, visit the Glockner family of dealerships, which include Glockner Chevrolet GMC of Portsmouth, Glockner Honda Toyota in Portsmouth, Glockner Chevrolet GMC of Ironton, Glockner Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram with dealerships in Portsmouth and Ashland, Glockner Ford of South Point, and Glockner Auto Credit with 6 locations throughout the tri-state area to best serve you. Those Glockner Auto Credits can be found in Portsmouth, South Point, Waverly, Jackson, Chillicothe, and Ashland. Shop online at Glockner.com. Week 9 next week. We will have a trio of games for you here on Mix 99.3. You'll hear the Wheatersburg Pirates at the Medford Falcons. On Classic Rock 107.5, The Breeze will be in Sciotoville, where the East Tartans will host the Green Bobcats. And on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM, you'll be able to tune in as the Portsmouth Trojans host the South Point Pointers. Coverage at all 3 of those game sites will commence at 6:30, leading up to the 7 o'clock kickoffs. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we will have the Saturday morning sports line beginning at 9 a.m. on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM, and then at 10:30 on that same station, we will have Ohio State football as pregame coverage of the Buckeyes game against Illinois will begin at 10:30, and that will count you down to the opening kickoff at noon Eastern Time from Champaign, Illinois. Number 1 Ohio State going up against number 17 Illinois. That is our Glockner family of dealerships glance toward the future. 36-13 your final score. It was 33-7 Northwest at halftime, and the Mohawks go on for a 36-13 win. Let's check the final stats from this evening's contest, Matt.
All right, Chuck, let's take a look at the final stats. First, we'll go with the visitors on the evening. The West Senators. And the Senators finished with the same amount of first downs they had in the first half. 4 first downs on the evening. They had 4 first downs, 4 all by rushing, 0 for 6 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down, 134 total yards of offense with 17 yards passing and 117 yards on the ground. They had 4 penalties for 25 yards, and their time possession was 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Make note of that. 8 minutes, 42 seconds.
8 minutes, 42 seconds.
Brody Hall, 2 of 13 passing for 17 yards. Both receptions went to Braden Atkins for 17 yards. Rushing for the Senators, Braden Atkins was 1 for 5, and Anthony Bishop finished with 11 carries for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 11.18 a carry. Now, let's take a look at the team and individual stats for the victorious Northwest Mohawks. So, Mohawks, 22 first downs on the evening.
Ooh.
So, 22-4 was the first down count.
Mercy.
5 passing, 17 rushing. They were 11 of 16 on third down conversions. They didn't have to go for it on fourth down because that's what they usually got it on third down. They had 466 total yards of offense, so 466 to 134. 144 yards passing and 322 yards rushing. They had 4 penalties for 36 yards, and their time possession, 39 minutes and 18 seconds.
Wow.
So 39 minutes and 18 seconds to 8 minutes and 42 seconds.
Man, that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible.
I mean, that's a 48-minute game.
Yeah. To have it over 39 minutes of a 48-minute game.
Yeah, that's going to win you a lot of ball games.
It certainly is. That's a recipe for success for anybody.
Individual stats for Mohawks. Jake Brown, 11 of 13 for 144 yards and 3 touchdowns. His targets are Ryan Ellis, 2 for 38 and a touchdown. Austin Smith, 1 for -1. And Carson Christian, 8 carries, 8 receptions, 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing the ball for the Mohawks. Carson Christian had, we'll go Dominic Stone, 1 for 5. Ethan Ferguson, 9 for 21. Jake Brown, 27 carries, 133 yards, and 1 touchdown, a 4.9 average. Carson Christian, 18 carries, 163 yards, a 9.05 average, and a touchdown. And Chuck, there's all these important stats, but one of the most important ones, besides that time possession, is turnovers.
It certainly is, Matt. It's time to check the turnover report, which is a service of the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Isn't it time you turned your insurance needs over to Barrett Murphy? Give Dan Cassidy a call at 740-353-3121.
And final turnover count, there was one turnover in the first half. It was a fumble that was recovered by the Mohawks. And then there was one turnover in the second half by Brody Hall. It was picked off by none other than Jake Brown.
Yep.
What can Brown do for you? He can do a whole lot.
For sure. That's our Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency turnover report. Matt, we've made it to awards time. If you're just tuning in, Northwest a winner over the West Senators tonight, 36-13. The final score. First Mohawk victory over the Senators since 1999. The Carpenters Local Union 437 congratulates the Northwest Mohawks on constructing a great effort this evening with hard work, skill, and precision. A Carpenters Local Union 437 t-shirt will be presented to the Northwest Mohawks so their coaches can determine a worthy recipient. Maybe it was a starter who shined. Maybe it was a scout team player who helped prepare the varsity in practice, or maybe a manager who provided some inspiration. It takes the whole team. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Trampus Puckett at Local 437. That's Carpenters Local 437, and construct a great life for you and your family. Next up, we've got the Gamps John Deere Outstanding Run of the Game, with the winner receiving a certificate for a t-shirt from Gamps John Deere, located on Route 140 in Slocum. And this award tonight is going to Carson Christian, the 6'2", 185-pound sophomore. He had several big runs tonight, Matt.
He had 2 over 65-plus yards, but I'm going with the run he had for 72 yards. It was one of his 18 carries. He kind of broke it off the side, got outside, and you give him just a little bit of space, he can not only bruise you, he can also outrun you. And, man, he took off and hit that next level, and he was gone.
Absolutely amazing tonight was Carson Christian. Next up, we've got the Portsmouth Block Big Block of the Game. It's presented by Portsmouth Block at 2700 Gallia Street and Portsmouth Building Supply at 1740 Gallia Street, both located in Portsmouth. This award tonight is going to be Aiden Armbrister.
Aiden Armbrister he's kind of that guy who stats don't do a ton of stuff. He had 3 tackles, all of them for tackle for loss, and he had a pass breakup. But, man, his impact on the field is just phenomenal. You run behind him, you're getting at least 4 or 5 yards. You try to run at his side on defense, you ain't getting anywhere. He is just a wrecker, and he is the road grader. He is that monster you don't want to face, and man, he made his appearance tonight, so he definitely deserved a t-shirt tonight.
His presence was felt, that is for sure. Next up, we've got the Monroe's Frame and Collision Big Collision of the Game, with the winner receiving a t-shirt designating him as being tonight's big hitter, this courtesy of Kevin Monroe, and this is going to go to Northwest Landon Hodge.
Landon Hodge finished with 2 tackles on him, but one was on a kickoff return. He just absolutely laid the hammer on Braden Atkins, and that was definitely one that kind of everybody's like, ooh, but definitely give that young man a hit. He had a monster hit tonight for that, so great job by Landon Hodge.
Lastly, Matt, our final award of the evening is the Roger and Snuffy Player of the Game, presented by Collier Companies in honor of longtime area sports broadcasters Roger Gray and Jim Snuffy Smith. Collier Companies is located on Collier Corner at 1661 State Route 522 in Wheelersburg, and consists of Collier Construction and Collier Leasing, as well as Collier Safety, Collier Medical, and Collier Home Medical Services. Besides presenting the Roger and Snuffy Player of the Game, Colliers will also provide a $50 gift card from the Scioto River to any defender who forces a safety. Now, we didn't have a safety this evening, but we do have our Player of the Game, and tonight this award is going to go to Northwest Mohawk quarterback Jake Brown. He will receive a t-shirt as well as a certificate designating him as being tonight's Roger Gray and Jim Snuffy Smith Player of the Game, courtesy of Collier Companies. Matt, he was truly a dual threat tonight, getting it done with his arms and his legs.
Honestly, he may not even be really a quarterback, because he had more rushes than anybody. He throws the ball, but I'm just going to say he's that guy. He's that guy. He's that gadget guy. He just does everything. And he had an interception tonight too, just for just for kicks.
Yes.
I'll just add that to the little stat pad. But yeah, man, he's phenomenal. 11 of 13 passing for 144 yards and 3 touchdowns. Ran the ball for 27 times, 133 yards and a touchdown. Anytime your quarterback / running back / that guy gets 4.9 yards a carry, that's not bad.
That is a great, great effort. Wonderful job by Jake Brown. Congrats on him earning our Player of the Game recognition, courtesy of Collier Companies. Big win for the Mohawks tonight. They take down the West Senators 36-13. Northwest is 5-3 overall, 2-2 within Southern Ohio Conference play. They have 2 more regular season games remaining, both on the road at Waverly next week, then at Oak Hill, and then Northwest will have to see if they have done enough to accumulate enough OHSAA computer points to make it into the postseason. The West Senators, well, they've got some pieces to pick up after tonight's tough one. They are 4-4. The loss tonight snapped West's 3-game win streak. The Senators are 3-1 within SOC play. West will return home to host the Oak Hill Oaks this coming Friday, and then will finish up the regular season at Wheelersburg. That is going to finish up our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We appreciate all of our sponsors which made this broadcast possible. Couldn't do it without them. Thanks to our studio engineer, John Kantz. And again, thanks to each and every one of you who listened to Northwest defeat the West Senators 36-13. For Matt Payton